read 10 ways to.
Mama, people help you raise your dead career. Please.
My dear, go and die. I don't know what's the problem.
In less than 24 hours, you're telling me I like you. Look at
Sneaking into my bedroom every night. Shut up, I'm not done.
You're a liar. I promise you, if this boy tells you it's raining outside, check. He's a liar.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Although I would love to know who has been sneaking into Chichi's bedroom every night because, guys, see, these days, I think I've actually turned a new leaf. I no longer listen to gossips. I no longer listen to, oh, word on the streets. Let's hear from the horse's mouth, all the ex Big Brother housemates. That's all the level of housemates. Let's hear from your mouth. And so I'm really anticipating the reunion show. And I'm sure that by now you have all seen the dates when the reunion show will start airing. That's the 19th of this month. That's just in a matter of days' time. So yes, there's a lot that I am personally looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. And in as much as that clip that the organizers released was quite interesting and exciting, I can still say that it was still kind of vague. Yes, I went through that clip over and over and over again, and I just could not deduce who was talking to who and who was referring to who, because there's this thing about the way shows like these are edited. Yes, it's edited for highlights. I mean, I edit as well, so I know how to edit to catch people's attention, and that clip sure did catch a lot of people's attention. So from that, I cannot just say that, okay, this person is referring to this person and that person, but I definitely have my expectations for this reunion that's coming up soon, and that's just what I'm going to be sharing on today's live stream. So officially, you are all specially welcome to today's conversation. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bbnaija. For those of you that know me, thank you so much for tuning in again today. As I'll always say, I appreciate the fact that this is a weekend, but you guys still make our time to join our community gathering, to join our family meetings. So you're all really appreciated. Thank you all very much. For those of you that have been waiting before this conversation started, thank you so much. You're really appreciated for waiting at the door of this live stream. I see you, Latricia, and thank you so much for joining, Latricia. I know how busy you are. I can see Adeni Rontosi. Hi. Hey, yo, Tosi. Hi, I can see Yusuf, Sayla. Hi, hi. I can see Matilda. Hi, Matilda. Good to have you here. I can see Abidemi. Abidemi, nice to have you here. Zamio. Hi. Zamio, I can't wait for the day I'm going to see your face. Yes, virtually, of course. Yeah, there's Ipuneng. Ipuneng. Always a delight to have you here. There's also Lorraine. Hi. Yes, there's Rachel. There's Naron, Marion. Nice name. Nice name. Anyways, once again, you are all specially welcome to today's conversation. Now, I know that a lot of you have your expectations as well. So as usual, I'm just going to proceed to share my expectations, and I will share the link in the comment section below so that you all can also click and join to speak. And quick one, guys, I don't know how many of you are aware that I have launched my second YouTube channel. That one has an entirely different content from this channel, so if you're interested in seeing what I am on about, please check the channel out. It's called Simply Bbnaija. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this live stream. I'm just going to type it out in the comment section. Please go ahead and subscribe and enjoy the content on there as well. Anyways, moving on to the Big Brother Naija Level Up Reunion Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be frank with you. I'm quite excited that the reunion show is going to be starting soon. Yes, I'm excited because when the show ended, I felt like, wow, there were just so many things that so many issues that were kind of unresolved whilst the show was still on. And then when the show ended, so much drama on Twitter, especially so much drama, too many warring parties, the winner fighting with the non-winners fighting amongst themselves, those in dead relationships trying to resurrect the dead relationships, those in fake relationships trying to completely break free of those fake relationships, those that had alliances which they thought would favor them, trying to survive without those alliances on the outside, those who call themselves counselors and relationship therapists, if you know who I mean, literally moving around, looking for the appropriate circle to cinch themselves to. So there were just a lot of things happening, right? And then the streets were wild, fan wars here and there, the winner's fans, the one that got the guy, the one that did not get the guy, the one that said, okay, they were going to Santorini. Guys, there's just so many things happening. And you see, usually when all of that drama is happening after the show, the truth is, I don't really pay attention to them. Yeah, because we know the deal. We know that these people are fully aware that, okay, once the show is over, give or take 3 months, they get the fan rave, they get the attention, they get the traffic. And they know that typical of how the street works, right? People begin to lose interest. People begin to move on with their daily lives. People begin to just stop fanning the embers of their fame. And so they decide to look for things that will keep them in the mouth of people. They begin to start doing things that will make them trend, So I consider most of those wars, most of those beefs to be very, very fake, very, very unreal, very, very intentionally orchestrated just to get the kind of attention that they want, right? So I never really take serious all of those drama. So for me, what I just do is, okay, fine, I just chill and I just wait for the reunion. For me, let the reunion come, and then let Ebuka go ahead and ask the right questions. And then let's hear from the horse's mouth. Let's hear from them by themselves, right? And let's see if they will have the guts, the audacity to repeat the savagery, to receive the classlessness, the ratchetness that they were displaying on the streets of social media, after the show ended. So that's what I always look forward to. And that expectation is not, like, it has not depleted. I am still on that expectation. So when Big Brother Bbnaija Level Up season ended, there was a lot of classlessness amongst that set, a lot of classlessness. There was a lot of uncouthness. There was just a lot of ratchetness, savagery going on amongst that clique. So I was just chilling and waiting. For me, I was just like, okay, now I'm just going to wait for the reunion. And that's what I did. And lo and behold, the reunion is going to start. So what am I looking forward to seeing? On a very, very petty scale of 1 to 10, I am expecting to see those who were acting like they had madness in their head to come and fully display the madness on the reunion show. Yeah. I want to see if the audacity extends from social media to reality. Well, let's consider the reunion show a reality, right? So I am looking forward to seeing if the audacity extends to that level. I'm looking forward to seeing how unresolved issues during the show either got resolved after the show or will get resolved during the reunion show, i.e., relationships. Guys, we are aware of the many relationships during the Level Up season. As a matter of fact, I think one of those times during our analysis on this channel, I had tagged the Level Up season to be the season of relationships, open relationships. Everybody desperately wanted to be tied to someone, to the extent that our Uncle Hermes, what did he call himself again? The polyamorous, Hermes, the king of polyamory, after having 2 wives outside, came into the house and was chasing Allison like his life depended on Allison's bomb, So it was quite interesting to see how everybody wanted to belong to someone but then not belonging to that person 100%, but wanting to belong to the street as well. And it made for very, very good conversations during the show. So one of those relationships that I'm really looking forward to hearing conversations more about during the reunion is the Shegs and Bella relationship. Now, you see, Shegs and Bella, they have been giving off the picture of picture perfect couple since after the show. We still remember all the scandals, that those people created in the house, in Big Brother's house during the show. We remember all the scandals that their relationship itself, not just their attitude now, their personalities, generated during the show, but the relationship in itself. Remember all the scandals that it generated, the conversations of abuse, the conversations of love bombing. Remember all of those things that happened whilst the show was still on, and we were all just chilling and waiting to see how their relationship was going to pan out, because we saw a lot of things which till date they are still denying actually happened. Remember the scandal of Sheg's ex, coming out finally to spill about the threats that she had been receiving from Shegs and Bella's fans, with regards to them. The issue that happened between herself and Shegs, whilst they were still together. So remember all of those drama, all of that. And recently, Sylvia, so recently, we've been seeing this picture perfect image that Shegs and Bella have been portraying on social media. Oh, my husband, my wife, oh, my this, my that. Oh, happy birthday, honey. Oh, baby, I love you. And there's been conversations, generated from that image that they have been portraying to the public, right? And it's quite interesting because after the show, these people call themselves private, right? Bella said that they were private and they like keeping their things private. Sheikh says that they were private as well. Only for us to start seeing Christmas photos together, events, red carpet photos together. And I'm like, oh, wow, the world indeed has gone crazy. Because if this is the new definition of private now, then I identify as invisible. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you can see me. I'm sorry, I don't think you can see me. Whatever you're seeing right now is a fiction of your imagination. So I am private as it is. Okay? I don't know if you guys caught that. I don't know. Am I making sense right now? Guys, if you can get what I'm saying, please indicate with a wave of the hand. Because I was wondering, like, okay, when people say that they're actually private, what exactly does private mean? Oh, I'm on the red carpet with my babe. We've taken pictures and we are spreading the pictures on social media. And in those pictures, we're looking quite excited. We're looking very happy. We are trying to give the image of the best lovers, and we're trying to demystify, or we're trying to clear people's doubts about Shek's personality. So even though we identify as a private couple, we are actually public because we want to prove to the world that Shegs is actually the best lover out there, that Shegs is not abusive. I mean, guys, is this whole thing making sense at all? Anyways, right now you're speaking to Invisible Gloria Elijah, period. Whether you like it or yes. But anyways, if you understand what I'm saying, guys, that is what I mean. Yeah, so the whole Shegs and Bella's relationship, there's been conversations about it, not major conversations. Titulaya is saying you're as beautiful as the president of any country, long. Let Shegs and Bella be playing private call publicly. And he said, Gloria, private is different from private, my dear. Frankly, I'm lost on that definition, but we're going to leave it hanging. Yes. So as I was saying, yeah, Shegs and Bella's relationship is one relationship that I'm really looking forward to Ebuka probing into on the show. Now, a lot of people will say that, oh, Ebuka has no right to probe into their relationship. Guess what? He has every right to probe into that relationship. And that is because the relationship, if we are right about what we saw on the show, started in the house from the very first day. Yes, it started from inside the house, and they made it very obvious what they wanted with each other. And we also saw the negatives and the positives of the relationship, but mostly the negatives. And as I said before, now both of them, they are out there, and what they termed to be a private relationship, in my frank opinion, it seems more like an intentional, or should I call it? Yeah, I think I'm going to target a desperate attempt to prove to the world that Shegs is a good man. A desperate attempt to prove to the world that Bella is having the time of her life being Shegs' girlfriend. That is how I see that relationship. I'm sorry, but I cannot help but have that perception about that relationship because of what I saw in the house. I know that it's none of my business. Yes, I'm not the one dating any of them. Yes, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So I feel like Ebuka has a lot of work to do. Ebuka has a lot of questions, and I am really hoping that Ebuka is going to ask the questions that we want. I know that the reunion has been, filmed already. It's been recorded. It's been edited, and they are ready to start playing it on a daily basis for us. I know, but I'm just hoping that my expectations do not fall short. All right. So in terms of relationships from the level of reunion, I am looking forward to Ebuka probing further into Shegs and Bella's relationship. Specific questions that I would love to hear addressed is, let's say one of such questions is, Shegs, all what you and Bella are portraying to the public right now, are you people being for real, or you people are just trying to prove a point that there's no form of abuse going on in that relationship? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that in most cases where things are not really going rosy in a relationship, people don't tend to show the negatives of their relationship on social media. People would rather show what they want the public to see to form a positive perception about them. So, in other words, people who are in unhealthy relationships, most of the time, they tend to put out there on social media a created version of what they want to be their reality. So they put it out there on social media so that the public will buy it, hook, line, and sinker, and then begin to perceive them as such. Yeah. So I would really appreciate it if, they tell us what's going on there. And then there is also Fina and Groovy's relationship. So inside the house, those two people, the way their relationship ended when the show ended, it ended with Fina crying, right? That last Saturday night party, Fina crying and wailing, oh, Groovy did not look at me. Oh, Groovy this, Groovy did that. And then the show ended, and it seemed as though those people were dating. And then later, it seemed like they had issues. And then Fina and Beauty going back and forth, and then Fee Nation and B Navy going back and forth. So the winner and the one that did not win, the fans of the one that won and the fans of the other one that is the queen fighting tooth and nail, virtual fights, like people that were kind of jobless, and it was quite exhausting, even following up with their gist. And so I took a step back, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of this toxicity. Yes. So I gave myself a break. And then, lo and behold, one morning we all woke up and then we heard that either Fina or Groovy said that they did not date the other person. And I was wondering, like, okay, so what were people doing in the house? And if you all recall, on one of those occasions, when after one of the Saturday night party, Fina and Groovy, they had this issue, and it looked as if they had actually gotten frisky. The camera did not want to show us, but we saw Fina's bum, kinda. Was like Fina was grinding Groovy or something like that. We saw stuff like that. So I was now wondering, like, just as this other relationship couple has literally given us a new dictionary definition of private, Fina and Groovy, they've now given us another definition of we are dating. It's like they dated and then they now said, oh, we never dated. Like, why people confusing people like this? Is it like people are the ones that actually confused yourself and you don't just know how to deal with your confusion? And so you decided to now transfer the confusion to us, the public, lovers of Big Brother Naija. Yeah. Too many vagueness. So I'm curious about the whole Fina and Groovy thingy. All right. So I am hoping that Ebuka is going to probe into that relationship as well. Although I do not know for how long the reunion show is going to last, but I am hoping that this time around, unlike previous season where it lasted for I think just 2 weeks, I'm really hoping that this time around it lasts for over 2 weeks so that there's sufficient episodes to, address most of these issues. And yeah, there's also the thing between Elo Swags and Chomzy. I'm going to be frank with you all. I had never liked whatever was going on between those two people. Yeah. because I felt like on the show, Eloswas did not really prove himself to be a man enough. I felt like on the show, Eloswags was just one weak boy that needed to be babied. I don't know what he is like now on the outside in the real world. I don't know what he is like because I've not really bothered to follow up. But those two people, I don't know. But I would just for the sake of knowing, because I like knowing things. So just for the sake of knowing, I would love to know what is going on there. So that's just one of my expectations. I would love to know if the relationship is still, going on or not. And let's all remember that Groovy had this very, very strong attraction to Chomsy in the house. He desperately wanted to have a thing with Chomsy. But then Hermes had actually advised him. Was it Hermes? No, it wasn't Hermes. It was Cheesy that advised him about Fina. And what do you think people are going to say? Oh, our fans, our supporters, so it was kind of like a game. I never really thought that Groovy actually really loved Fina anyways. So whatever they were doing on the outside, whatever. I never believed anything existed there. And then Daniela, Khalid, and Dotsu. See, this is the one I am really interested about. You see, yeah, I think there was one time I saw a video. Was it a video or a tweet about Daniela? I don't know if I can't remember, guys. This was like a long time ago. I think she was putting out something about, oh, nothing happens between herself and Khalid inside the house. And I'm like, okay. If that makes you feel better, then believe it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm just interested in knowing what Daniela would respond to Ebuka's questions, if Ebuka is going to ask. And you see, this is the other thing. I've noticed that when it comes to reunion shows, questions about shagging, people that actually smashed in the house and then they are lying about it after the show. I've noticed that Ebuka kind of carefully avoids asking questions like that. But I'm just hoping that the savagery in Ebuka wakes up in this reunion. Because Ebuka, no offense, like, man, I worship your eloquence, I worship your excellence, but I just feel like Ebuka is becoming too kind when it comes to questions, on the reunion show. And I'm really dying to see the table shaker and the everything breaker come out of Ebuka once and for all. So I'm really hoping that with this reunion show, Ebuka is going to ask these lying kids, to open their mouth, have more audacity, and then tell us the truth, not what they think, not their own version of the truth. Let them tell us the truth, right? Because Daniela came out and the things that she was just putting, I'm just like, whatever. I'm going to wait till reunion. So my expectation in that regard is if Daniela is going to lie again and tell us that nothing actually happened. Oh, yes, Sylvia, aggressive cuddling. Let's see if that's going to still remain her response or not. And oh yeah, somebody is saying that's Makoti said we can't be asking about people about their sexual stuff. It's a personal profile. But you went on the public show, right? And you did it publicly. And didn't you think that private should not be public? I don't understand. Makito, I mean Makoti, whatever. You know what? Let's just leave it at that. Oh yes, Hermes and Alison. What's going on there? I'm curious to know about what's happening between those two people. I've heard a lot of gist. Oh, Alison having something to do with Deji when they traveled to South Africa, blah, blah, blah. I don't like hearsay. I don't like gossip. I don't like them say. I'm hoping that with this reunion show, conversations like that will, be raised, and let's hear what these people will have to say for themselves. Oh yes, Beauty and Groovy. Is there anything happening between those two people? Is there any spark there? That's another area I would love to know about. And yes, congratulations to Beauty on her show. She has this show going on currently. I'm super excited for her that at least the airtime she did not get on the show due to a disqualification, at least now she has her own reality TV show going on that's going to give her that much publicity that she needs to push her brand. So for me, I think that's a huge win. Yes, and Titilayo, just like you're saying, one thing that is going to be quite exciting about this reunion is the fact that with the Shine Your Eye people, most of the drama happened in Dubai. But with these kids, it seems as though most of the drama happened in South Africa. So I'm really curious to know about what really went down in South Africa, because now it seems like the new tradition or the new way to go now with these Bbnaija ex-housemates is that after the show, Nigeria is not big enough for them to go crazy. Nigeria is not big enough for them to show their madness. So what happens is that when they now go on a joint trip, they decide to go and disgrace themselves away from home ground, right? They decide to go and sow their seed of madness somewhere else. And then we will now start hearing filters of the gist, them say, and some of them are so cowardly, they don't even have the audacity to call names, to call a spade on this so-called Twitter that they always use to attack each other. So when they go on Twitter, they will now say, oh, some people. I don't like people who are weak like that. If you want to call people out, call them out with your full surname. Use your government name to call people out, and call them out by their government name as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if the whole South Africa trip drama will be exposed completely, because apparently things actually happened. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the details if they will care to share. But if they will not care to share, please, they should all do us a favor. After the reunion show, they should just pretend like they don't even exist, because it gets really exhausting where on the reunion show, which is an opportunity for them to spill and spill and spill, they begin to form selective amnesia. They begin to form like, oh, I had memory loss. Oh, did that happen? No, it did not happen. They begin to go on ghost mode. Then after the reunion show, oh, another opportunity for us to shine. They now start throwing little shades here and there. It gets really exhausting, right? So I'm hoping that the audacity in all of these kids, is rebirthed during this reunion. Oh, and doing, guys, you see, yeah, Doi is one of those characters that I am really looking forward to seeing again during this reunion. You see, Doi is a very, very interesting person. Yeah, on the show, off the show, yes, with all the plenty drama that has been going on with her, but focusing now on the things that happened in the house, which I would love for Ebuka to address, this triangle that she had with Saif, and then there was Deji at some point, and then Cheesy. By now, I was actually expecting that Dwayne and Cheesy would have gotten married. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some weird reason, I was just kind of expecting a marriage ceremony to have taken place already. Because when the show ended, it was literally Dwayne and Cheesy attending red carpet events together, showing up at different places together. And I'm like, is this all for show or what? And guys, don't mind me. Don't mind me. For me, it's black or white. Yes, I don't believe in, oh, it just happened like that. Like, if you're gonna do it, do it. And in as much as Shegs and Bella are not really my fave, I kind of give kudos to their audacity. The fact that they are trying so hard, desperately hard, as a matter of fact, to prove people like me wrong, that we're actually wrong about Shegs and Bella. I kind of respect the fact that they're still just going ahead and living their life and doing whatever the F they want to do, right? For me, I like such boldness. I like such audacity. And frankly, I'm kind of hoping that they really prove me wrong. It's not like it really matters, right? It's not like, hey, I'm the judge or the author and finisher of their faith, or the author and finisher of their life. It's not like they are answerable to me. No, but I kind of really like and respect people that have such audacity. So same thing goes for Doing and Cheesy. When they started this, they're going around publicly. Yeah, there was one video I saw that earlier stage after the show ended. I think Doing met with Cheesy's people. Is it his brothers and friends? And I'm like, oh wow, are we doing introduction now? But then lately, I've not really been seeing those people together. And I'm wondering, like, what the hell is going on? So it's like these kids come out of the house, that's Big Brother's house, and then they think that, oh, they have all the time in the world to ride on the senses, to ride on the intelligence, of us, the viewers. But then what they still don't understand, what they still don't get is their own kind of fame is very, very short-lived. It has a lifespan. And quite sadly, their own popularity lifespan is very, 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 very short. Anyways, um, yeah, so I've mentioned the list I can remember of the relationships that I'm expecting, to see addressed during the reunion. And then let's talk about the beefs. The beefs. I am also looking forward to beefs like the one between Adekunle and Shex. I don't know if they've actually settled their scores now, although still on the South Africa trip, there was a lot of subs, a lot of shades on Twitter from this angle to that angle. Oh, your man did not buy, is it Dorime Abi what? Your man did not buy Dorime or something. Oh, it wasn't your man that spent money. Oh, it was Pepsi that spent money. Oh, you are broke. Oh, you are not broke. Oh, this and that. A lot of shades here and there. I'm just hoping that, Ebuka probes deeper into all of that drama. Let's know what's going on. And then Fina and Beauty. Please, you people that have been following their stories, have they settled yet? Because I just could not be bothered. And just like Ennis here, Ennis said, my dear Gloria, I just look everyone with side eye. My dear, the bombastic side eye I've been giving to all these housemates these past months. I'm like, there's nothing people would do that would draw my attention. Hell no. I refuse to be triggered. Yeah. So, Fina and Beauty, what's going on? Have they settled? Rachel is saying, but Fina was really hungry for Groovy, the way she jumped onto him when Beauty was disqualified. Well, we saw that. And okay, Inside is asking, does Showmax show the reunion? Well, I don't know yet. But I know that they used to upload each episode of the reunion to Showmax. So probably that's gonna happen. All right. Anyways, the drama, the beef between Fina and Beauty, the question is it going to be an everlasting beef or an almost everlasting beef like we had between Tacha and Mercy that lasted for a number of years? I think that one lasted for about 3 years, I think. And although they've resolved their issues now, but I doubt if they're kind of friends. They're probably just acquaintances. Oh, yes, and there's also Doyin and Adekunle. For some weird reason, during the show, Doyin just literally turned her back on Adekunle and then became the marriage counselor, relationship counselor for what's their name now, Shex and Bella. If you all recall, when the show started, Doyin was really cool with Adekunle. She was also really cool with Dotun. And then she was very good friends with Beauty. And then Beauty got, disqualified by all that drama that happened between herself and Groovy. But then all of a sudden, Doyin became gelled to Shex and Bella, knowing fully well that one of her very close friends in the house, Adekunle, is not really in the best of friendships with Shex. So it seemed like for her own selfish interest, she just really turned her back on her friends like that. So I'm very curious to know what's happening in that zone. Is Doyin still, as a matter of fact, guys, so is Doyin still relationship counselor to Shex and Bella? That's another thing I'm really curious about, because the way Doyin wore that status in that house, in that level 1, I'll be level 2, I think level 1 mansion, yeah, she was literally wearing that title like a badge of honor. It was as if Doyin's life depended on being the go-between Shex and Bella. You know, where somebody is enjoying their job so well. I've never seen anybody that is so enthusiastic about their job role. Doyin's enthusiasm of being the relationship counselor between Shex and Bella, guys, it was very, very fascinating. Yeah, it was very, very fascinating. The energy with which she was using to defend those two people's ship. Even after the show, when she came out and was talking about, oh, Shex loved Bella. Shex was even tying Bella's shoelaces. I'm like, oh, wow, Doyin, with all of your education, with all of your enlightenment and exposure. So the true test of love is when a man is able to bend down and tie the shoelaces or buckle the shoes of a woman. Wow. How intelligent in reverse. So that was just very, very cringe for me, so yeah, just asking out of concern. Do you guys think Doyin is still the relationship therapist between Shex and Bella? I'm just asking. I would love to know about that, and I'm hoping that we get to find out more about that during the reunion. Yes. Anyways, which one? Rachel, the rider that came into Big Brother's house and was crying because she felt like she was not given an opportunity to become a real housemate, and then automatically was buying beef here and there. And then the final beef she had in the house before she was dramatically, you know, evicted was the beef between herself and Chichi. Until tomorrow, I will never understand why Rachel felt the need to beef Chichi that way. And you see, guys, this is one thing I really dislike. You see people who do this gang up. You don't know anything about anybody. Yeah, you don't know anything about anybody. You don't even know the issue about this person. But because you desperately want to be friends with a certain person or a certain clique, and you now recognize that this clique is at loggerheads with these people. So maybe to please them so that they can welcome me with open arms into their carcass, I have to buy the beef that they have with this person. Let me just do it so that they will like me. That was exactly what Rachel did, and it was very, very disgusting. So I don't know if they've actually settled their issues now. Yes. Oh yeah, Solomon is saying, let's talk about the adult girls. Yeah, that's fake clique, the adult girls group between Rachel, Chichi, and Fina. Guys, the way that thing just literally just died. Wow. It's crazy. Someone is saying, what about Chichi's age scandal? My dear, these are part of the things that I am really looking forward to, seeing during the reunion, if all of these things will be addressed. Yeah, and then friendships. I think we've actually talked about the friendships, yeah, between Chichi and Fina. Yeah, the friendship between Chichi and Fina. I don't know. It seems like sometimes these people, it's looking like they have settled their differences, and other times it's looking like they have not settled their differences, like they're still at loggerheads. So I would want to know finally during the reunion if they are now cool or not. And then the conversation about the riders, I still have not gotten over Modella's, is it Modella? Is that her name? Modella. I think I've not, I don't think I've gotten over Modella's excuse for not delivering on her role as, is it a fake housemate or a rider? I can't remember what she was called now, but I don't think I'll ever get over it. I don't know what a fake housemate is supposed to do. I came to come and promote my business. Every time I think about that explanation, I gag. I gag. So it would be nice to see Modella again on the reunion and to hear her. Because every time she opens her mouth, it's like one fly that is buzzing here and there. So I would really love to hear her explain that again. Yes, because to be frank with you all, it was not really making sense at all. Because I'm wondering, like, okay, fine. Even if you were not given the brief of what to do as a fake housemate, at least you are a creative, right? You are a creative body, soul, and spirit. Creativity should spark up in your mind at that point in time that, okay, fine, this is what I'm going to do. And then Big Brother even tried to save your career by giving you an assignment. And then you had a very, very easy avenue to execute that assignment to perfection, that task of breaking some ships in the house, aka Daniela, that was a very good friend at the time. But then she messed it all up. And then she came out and then she was forming gangster on top of the nonsense. And anybody that tried making my check, please. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these are just some of my expectations. I just feel like there's so many unresolved beef, so many unresolved conversations, so many unresolved drama from the show. What's been going on outside the house, frankly, I've never really been interested because I just felt like they were just empty, empty shades flying here and there, no guts, nothing. So I can't be giving them glory like that, right? So I would love to know if all of these things will be addressed during the reunion. That's what my expectations are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly go ahead and share the link now because I would love to hear from you as well about your own expectations. So please go ahead and click the link in the comment section and, join me to share your expectations for the reunion. I would love to hear from all of you. So if you have your own expectations for the reunion show, please click on the link, come on here and share with me. And as I always tell you guys, please don't be scared to join to speak. They're not burning anybody where to drag you for it. Okay? Yeah, so just click on the link. Now, as we are waiting for people, I'm going to go ahead and read some of your comments. Darren Aris is saying, yes, yes. Modela was our talkative and breaking people's relationships in the house, honestly. Well, she couldn't really do it like that. Yeah, she failed woefully on her task. Yeah, and her excuses were just, I don't know, they were not just making sense. Solomon said, Modela Sabi talk, her mouth doesn't stay one place. Even when she's making sense, she will like to talk and talk and talk. Makoti said, dissect Pina and Amaka's fall out. Yes, I mean, we need to get to the bottom of it all. We need to understand why those two people really had issues. There's Zanpao. Zanpao said, Modela got confused when she met Brian in the house. People should not allow me to say what is on my mind. That I'm not even going to go there. Let me not say it. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Modela was ever attracted to Brian. There was zero connection there. Let's call it spade a spade. Okay, we have Latricia here. Hi, sis. Hi. How are you?
I'm good yourself.
I'm good. Woo, look at you
Long time.
glowing. Yes, you're
Long time.
glowing.
Yo.
How are you?
I'm good yourself.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Anyways,
Yes.
what are your expectations for the reunion? Are you excited to be seeing the level up housemates again? And what are your expectations?
You know, actually, I did not know even that there is a reunion coming. I wasn't aware, honestly, until when I said, you know what, I want to make sure today I'm not that busy. I'm going to be on the show, and I was just praying that I hope I'm not disappointed, because when I'm ready, then there's no live stream. So luckily, I saw the topic and I made a notification. Then the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the topic, the first thing that came to my mind, it was who's that lady? You didn't talk about her. The light in complexion one, the one who was the oldest. The one
Okay,
who had
Diana.
nice Diana, yes, yes. I liked that. I liked her. I thought of Diana. I immediately thought of, obviously, my favorite, Adekule, and I just wanted to hear what is it that will be said about Modela. And because I thought it has already played the reunion thing, so I thought, wow, we're going to hear news. I wanted to know, what is Modela going to say actually about this? And yes, of course, I wanted to hear the thing of Chi Chi, and I'm having a lot of expectations. As for Shex and Bella, I'm not interested, because you know what, like you were saying in your own words, but in my words, I would say social media is facade, and you find
Yeah.
people who want to live up to the expectations of the people. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, even if maybe you messed up when you were in the house, own up to your shit. Nobody's going to talk about it, and then move on, which is what Licoros did. I think the whole facade thing was weighing too much on her shoulders. When she came out clean on their reunion, that was beautiful. She owned up to it, and then no one was coming after her, unless if maybe we don't know about that. But then I think it was, she freed herself from the shackles of chains that she was chained unnecessarily. So you just go out of it.
Exactly.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm saying that, like, those two, I don't know, but then yeah, we will hear what they really have to say. But there are people who are genuine, whether in a negative way or in a positive way, that I would rather prefer to hear from, or all that. Let's talk about Fina. Fina, whatever nonsense that she's doing, she's owning up to her shit and all that. I don't like everything about her, but to an extent, I'm saying, okay, she's doing what she believes that is what Fina wants, or is how she wants people to portray her. We can't change that, whether good or bad, but that's what she wants. She has proven it, because she doesn't change, doesn't improve. And I want to believe that behind closed doors, there are people maybe who are soft talking, sweet talking her, advising her, and this and you know. So, but my main thing that I want to know, I want to hear what Diana, because I think Diana, she had enough chance to see the things and to mature and to get advices. What is it that she is going to say about the whole thing? Which also, she doesn't owe us an explanation. It's simple to say it was a game, I was playing a game. But then these housemates, they don't have the guts to just say, I was just playing a game, it was a game. Somehow, in the Titans, she did say that, but in a polite way. She couldn't say it because there are other people involved. Because when people said, were you playing with Tabang? Were you playing with Yemi? She couldn't say it straight, but in the background, you can hear that she is saying, I was in a game. I was in a game, I was playing a game, and it worked for me. Here I am, I won. So sometimes you just need to say, it was in the house. Those are the things of the house. When we got outside, life is different, this, that. So, but I'm looking forward for Modella. Yes. Diana and my lovely lady, I not forget her again. The light one, the one of with the smiling guy. No, not Chichi, man. The one who left early, the older one. The one who
Diana.
Oh, it's Diana. Who's the girl who was doing things with the guy there, with the Muslim guy?
Okay, Daniela. The poet.
Yes, I'm looking forward to Daniela. Yes, that's the one that I was talking about. And Diana, just for fun, because there isn't much maybe to say about her unless things that we did not see or maybe things that happened after the house and all that. Yeah. And Adekule, I like him as well. And yes, I want to hear about the relationship with Cheesy and Doyin, yes, the psychologist of the house. But also, what is happening? But also I wanted to also hear about Chichi. How is she going? Because there was a time where she went on live and I said, let me join. Then I joined live on Instagram. Then she was allowing questions and she was answering questions. But you could tell that while she's looking, I assume there was someone who's advising her, which I think is proper. It's okay. So then I post a question to say, beautiful what you did, and you owned up to what you were doing outside. Although some people, we tend to make it look like it's a dirty thing or what, but I like what you did, and you did not allow the bad side of your life to bury you alive. Therefore, I then said, here's my question: how do you tend to advise or to lift up those girls, those girl children who might end up there or who maybe are already there? How do you take them out so that they can find themselves and embrace that bigger selves in them? Not all of them will go to Big Brother, but then there is this other one who is good in something, then you can assist them. How do you tend to do that? So she read my question. She wanted to answer it, but I think it was a bit tricky, and maybe the advisor as well advised otherwise. But I appreciated the fact that she recognized the question and said, yes, I am thinking of that, but then she did not go far. I think also she didn't want to commit to say, I'm going to do this, and then obviously people will be on her case and all that. I understood that, but I said, I'm happy. And even if it's something that she never thought of, at least I made mention of it, and she noticed it and she recognized it, which means maybe she will sit in a corner one day and think that, you know what, I need to plow back somehow, if that happens. So, but I do want to hear what she has to say. Did she go back to her work? Did she go back to her friends that she worked with? Such things. That's what we want to hear. Not necessarily only the gossips and how the friendships went, but yes, we do want to hear that as a spice, but then we also want to see the positive side of it, because the main purpose, I think, of this show is also to build them, to market them, and to make them to become better brands. I will end there for now, Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Latricia. And I really appreciate that question you threw to Chichi. Truth is, it's such a big commitment, and I love the fact that even though she was not able to answer the question, it's going to give her food for thought. So it's something that she will definitely, from time to time, think about and want to even make an attempt to do something about. So I appreciate that you asked her that question, but it's also very, very important, because you want to pass on the right message. And you see, there's this thing about how fans interpret messages, people's stories on shows like Big Brother, right? We've had a lot of cases where girls who have been known to be on the streets doing XYZ. They've gone on the show, they've become sort of rebranded, physically rebranded, and publicly rebranded. So if they don't address where they are coming from the right way, it might be sending a sort of message. I don't want to call it negative, but it might be sending some sort of message to their younger fans that, oh, it's okay for you to do XYZ and still come on the show and still do what you want to do and then go back to what you were doing before. So I like the fact that you asked that question. So it's going to give our food for thought. Yeah. Thank you very much, Latricia. Yeah.
Okay,
So
thanks,
I have
Karen.
something else to say. Yeah. But let me just quickly move on to Timothy, and then I will come back and see what I want to say. Hi, Timothy.
Okay.
Hello, Glory. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Timothy, I have launched the new channel. I remember you've asked me twice about it. So I don't know if you're aware. I have launched the new channel.
I already subscribed for your information.
Nice. Thank you.
I even saw
Thank
you.
you.
I even saw you talking about it on Instagram, and I was already excited, having subscribed already.
Nice. Nice. Thank you. Okay, so what are
Hmm.
your expectations for the reunion show?
First of all, I'm excited about it. I really can't just wait for the day. I would really want to know how Amaka is now relating with the fellow former housemates, because the way she left, she was so pissed at them. Then at one point, it's like all the housemates were ganging against her. I would so much want to know now how it is standing as of now, and of course, that whole triangle of Giddy Fire and then herself, then Diana, then who was the other third person in that triangle?
That was that one, and then there was the Groovy and Fina whole thing, and then
Yes.
there's also
I'm
Beauty.
Yes, I'm also looking forward to actually getting an update from Groovy and Fina, because what we saw in the house is different according to what you said in your intro of their current status. It seems they are no longer an item now, and yet then they were something to die for, especially from Fina's side. The way she was, literally fighting everyone who was coming to Groovy. I would want to know now their current stand. And then
Yeah,
also another thing I'm really looking forward to hearing from is the Chichi Fina on and off kind of friendship.
yeah,
I want to also know, how are they now? Are they really good, or they still have some unresolved beef or something? I would so much want to know that. And then there are people I've not heard from, like Brian. I've not so much been hearing from Brian. I've not so much been hearing from Farm Savvy, apart from him throwing in one or two Insta videos when he's in the pharmacy or something. But I've not heard so much from him. So I would want to hear from them, know how they are doing, how they are handling life. And then of course our psychologist Doing. I want to know, is she really serious with Cheesy, or she has called things off? Because we thought those guys were getting married immediately. I actually, as a matter of fact, was waiting for the wedding pictures or something. But what happened?
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that. I honestly thought that they were engaged.
I thought so too. And then recently I saw her tweet saying that, you cannot get someone who is educated and enlightened, and then why you mix them with something. Like, there's the way her tweet was weird in a way. I saw her, and
Um,
you saw it?
I saw it. It was like some subtle shade at cheesy because I think she made a statement similar to that during the show.
Mm,
In comparing cheesy to the guys that she's used to being
you
with,
know,
even after the show during her interviews. Yeah.
yeah. So I would really also be wanting to hear an update in that corner. How are they standing right now? Yeah. So
Hmm.
basically, for me, that's it. Of course.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my God. Anyways, thank you so much, Timothy. I'm glad that you had actually raised all your questions, all your thoughts about the reunion show before you were rudely disconnected from us. But I'm glad that you let us know your expectations. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's move on to Matilda. Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Glory.
Matilda. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. This is
Ah,
actually Khadija.
well,
This
Khadija,
is Khadija.
oh, you joined us with another account. So I'm glad you're here. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, attending the reunion. I'm looking forward to Sheikh and Bella. I,
Okay.
I really want Ebuka to ask a lot of questions because we saw what we saw,
Mm-hmm.
and Sheikh looked like a bully, an abuser, and I don't know the whole Pamparana thing that is going on now. It's like faking it for the ground. So I'm really concerned about Bella. Is she genuinely happy or she is just trying to be there because of what people will say? People, she don't want to be like people will say, okay, we said it. She don't want to prove us right. But I'm really concerned about her. If only she is happy, then no problem. We're all looking forward to them getting married. If only Shags had changed to a better man. Maybe he will learn from the show. People learn. So maybe he has learned. Maybe he has watched all the short clips and realized how he was behaving and other stuff. And maybe he has gone for therapy. Only that. If he has gone for therapy, I will be happy for them. If not, I will still be praying for Bella because I'm really concerned because we don't want to hear stories later. We know what an abusive relationship can cause. So I'm really praying for them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
I mean,
secondly, Chichi and Tina. I don't, I don't know. I, I don't know what the problem is. I hope they settle the two of them because hmm, I love their friendship, but it's like the two of them have their own issues going on. Whatever happened, I think when he came out of the house, Chichi was throwing shade at Fina, but with the deal thing, when they signed the same deal, a fan came out to say, same deal, bigger bag, and she liked that comment and even posted a comment on her Instagram story. So it's like throwing shades to Fina, but still they were following each other to South Africa. So this South Africa, yeah, I think a lot happened there.
mm-hmm.
And we want to know what happened because we are invested in the show. They better
Yes.
not cut all those parts off. Yeah, they better not cut those parts off. They should let us know what happened in South Africa. Because the unfollowing, Fina unfollowing Chi Chi, Amaka, Brian, Adekule, when she went to Qatar, you understand? It's when she went to Qatar and came back. That was when the unfollowing happened. So that means something happened when she was in Qatar. So we want to know what happened. We are invested. They shouldn't deny us that we want to know. We want to know what happened in SA. Because somebody cannot just get up one day and start unfollowing people for no reason. Something happened. And they should
Yeah.
tell us what happened. Was somebody
Mm-hmm.
knocking from morning to night? They should let us know so that we know. Yeah, because those it's a little bit fishy, you know. Somebody cannot get up one day and unfollow. No, I think five, even Daniela, five
Uh-uh.
people. Yeah, in a period of 30 minutes, she unfollowed five people. So that means something happened. So we want
But
to know
yeah,
Ebuka. Yeah.
about this whole idea of unfollowing people because I'm sorry, but I just don't dig it. I just don't dig it.
Sometimes
Honestly.
the reason, sometimes I think unfollowing somebody is you don't want to know what is happening in the person's life. Yeah. If you don't want to, me, I unfollow people based on the fact that I don't want to know what is happening in your life. I don't want people to tag me in your post so that I don't have the opportunity to even think about, because
Hmm.
maybe I know you don't have me at heart and all those things. That's me,
Yeah.
my personal reason for unfollowing people. I don't know other people's reason for unfollowing people. Because when you're following somebody, whatever the person is posting, you will see it.
Mm-hmm.
So if the person throws shade at you, you will see the shade and you might be triggered to answer. So for you not to be triggered, it's better you unfollow the person so you don't know what is happening in the person's life. Unless somebody else come to tell you, okay, this person said this about you. Then maybe you go wherever and you see it and maybe you get triggered and you start tweeting whatever you want to tweet.
But I actually see it
But
from a different angle. I'm going to be frank with you because here's the deal about social media. You can be following people, right? But oh, she's dropped off. Okay, let me just explain this. I feel like with social media, you can be following maybe you can be following about maybe 100 people, 1,000 people, and you might not necessarily be seeing everything that they put out there. And that is because you're not a jobless person. You are not on social media 24/7, right? I mean, thank you, Darren, for agreeing to that. You are not jobless. So it's not like your phone is to your face and you are seeing everything except you turn on notification for all their posts. For instance, on Instagram, if it's gonna get to that level where you see everything that somebody is doing every time, it's when you turn on notification for their posts, their videos, their stories, their live, their reels. If you turn on notification for all of those features that Instagram provides for that person's account, that is when you will just be on your own. You are sleeping and you receive ding ding and you are receiving the person's post. This is how I see it. I feel like these big brother housemates here, I feel like they are very strategic. They know what they're doing. They know that there are certain bloggers whose assignment is to fish out information like that. So what they do is,
okay.
yeah, what they do is they don't like each other. They don't like one another already. That one is a fact. They don't like each other. There's the competition there. So what they do is they go ahead, they follow each other, and then when even the most inconsequential thing, once it happens, boom, they just go and pim, they unfollow because they know that the blogs is going to carry the story. And then before you know it, they follow again. This thing happened between Fina and Bella. You saw Bella unfollowed
Yeah.
Fina, and then before you know, they followed again. During AMVCA red carpet event, there were videos of both of them and Shek. They were saying, hey, how you did? They were having fun like nothing ever happened. So every time I say that these people, they understand the streets, they know that their fame has a short lifespan. So what they tend to do from time to time is they
Absolutely.
desperately do things that would attract media attention. And that's why I'm just laughing at this whole concept of Shezabella's idea of a private relationship. I said these people, they know that what drives the influencer kingdom is when you're public. What makes you thrive as an influencer is when you are trending, when you are out there, people are seeing you. Brands are going to feel like, oh, this person has a crowd, when sometimes you don't necessarily have a crowd. But as long as people are
Yeah.
always talking about you, brands would like to affiliate with you. So I just feel like this whole following business, nah, I don't think it's necessarily about, them not wanting to see what's going on with the other person. Come on, we know how social media works. I just think it's all for clout. Khadija.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, Khadija, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
My network.
all your expectations. I'm really hoping that Ibuka addresses all those things that you mentioned. Maybe not
People
directly,
can need to
but
shift the
anyhow.
tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to address all those things because we have to know everything. We don't need the
Yeah.
reunions to be over and they will still come back on Twitter and be throwing shades to things they didn't address in the reunion. So what is the essence of the reunion? We need to,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. We after reunion we should see people. Okay, there's a reunion. People are coming together. Oh, I was happy for Fina's birthday party. How the whole house made things and all. I was waiting to see Beauty there, but I don't know if they've reconciled. And because the reunion is not shown, maybe Showman said you guys need to be play along so that people would like to watch the reunion to make sure what happens. But if she invites Beauty to the party, then it will be like, okay, what is the essence of the reunion? So I'm just hoping they reconcile. But because the reunion is not shown, because there is no need for the two of them to be having problems. No need.
Anyway,
I think, yeah, there's no need for the two of them. Okay, the problem was Fina called you. You called Fina a hypocrite. Fina also got angry, insulted you. Finish. The two of you solve that problem because you have nothing to do with Groovy before leaving the house. You are done with Groovy. You and
ha,
Groovy issue is over. Now,
Khadija,
Fina
we
too
are not
said,
sure that that's all. No. We are not sure that that's
ah,
all the problem. You see that insult they throw at each other. I don't think that's all because we've heard shades like, oh, your fave went to go and do one night stand with a married man, this and that. See, it's a dirty beef. That is the beef these people are chopping
yeah,
is very, very dirty and toxic. So we're
yeah,
hoping that we get to hear the actual issue between because these people are having issues like they're dragging not just Groovy but other entities that are unseen and unknown. So hopefully during the reunion we get to
Yes.
find out more. All right. Khadija, let's quickly allow Darren to speak, okay? And
okay,
then, all right,
okay.
thank you so much. All right, hi Darren. Hello, you have to unmute, Darren. You have to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hi,
Hey,
Gloria. Nice to see you
how are
again.
you? Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm good.
Darren, I didn't want to break tables. Go ahead. Scatter
Ah.
everywhere.
Oh, Ebuka need to break tables so like me. Oh. Hey, I break tables so I'm like Ebuka now. I don't know. Ah.
Yeah. Because when you say all these activities on social media, honestly, if you work on social media, you know that most of these things is just to draw attention, to the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, for my own opinion, right, in this Big Brother Nigeria level up season 7, since I've been watching it, I know there has been like the relationship between Chichi and let me start with Chichi and Fina. I know in
Mm,
the house they were not really that close from the beginning of the show. Uh, but they start trying to get to know each other as the show was going. I know they were having the up and downs. You understand? As a problem,
yes.
the up and down sometimes, but it doesn't mean that they will just be like understandable or like with each other, but they'll end up going out or they'll say, oh, Fina will come and say, oh, Chichi, I don't like the way you did to I think last time I watched a clip on Big Brother season 7. I think um uh uh um Chichi and Groovy they were outside. Then it's like Chichi told Groovy that, oh, Groovy, I love you so much. Then it's like Fina was not happy about that because it's like Fina feel like Chichi wants to get in love in that relationship with Groovy. I think I want that clip.
Hey, God. For real, man.
I'm breaking tables. I'm like, Ebuka, trust me, is Ebuka in this place? Ebuka needs to hear this song.
Hey, spill. Give more.
I need to bring it on. I need to break the table. So okay, since I don't know who when I spoke to Fina about Chichi going outside and they were lying on the sofa saying that, hey, Groove, I love you, this and that. It's like Groove when I told Fina, and Fina felt somehow But normally, Fina and Chichi were kind of like cool in the house. But since from there, Fina was just feeling a kind. You understand?
Yeah.
With Groovy and why do Groovy accept this and that. But definitely Groovy was just like But in his heart, he was just so confused. So now the Chichi
confused on the show.
no, I mean that he was so confused in the sense that Chichi coming to her and come and say that I love you. Why normally Fina and Groovy, the relationship was, I'm trying to say. So it's like separation in a way. So I don't like that myself. So but definitely Fina and Chichi sorted it out later and they were cool. But now that they're out of the house, I'm not seeing anything about them regarding about I think there's no issue. I'm not heard anything about Fina and Chichi. Everything is I think they are cool. For me, my own opinion.
Well, the relationship seems to be very, very very precarious. It's not really stable. And that's another thing we need to find out,
Absolutely.
because one minute you're seeing shades here and there, the next minute it seems like everything is rosy. So we're really
Yes.
hoping that the reunion presents an opportunity for a defining moment for these so-called friendships. The ones that claim that they are besties, the one that claims that, oh, it's till death do us part.
Yeah.
That's no, yeah. And we need to know these things because
For this,
without standing in the
let me break the table again. For this Bella and Sheikh's relationship. Oh, Omo. To be honest, Gloria, my own point of view on this relationship is that I think since when Bella and Sheikh were in the house, I think Bella was always beside Sheikhs, and you can see that they were kind of like having a genuine relationship in the house. I saw that because if you don't have a genuine relationship with someone in the house, the person will even know that the person will be going maybe following other like Bella, she can be following on Dotun or in a secret or something. But these two were always together. You understand? So even now that they're out of the house, they're still together. So I don't see why people are saying Sheikhs is bad or Sheikhs is doing. Sheikhs is a very hardworking guy. Sheikhs is very nice. He's a very good guy. Because
is he your friend?
Sheikhs.
Yeah, is he your friend? Like, do you know him one-on-one?
Yeah, because yes. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, I know Sheikhs from my friend's mother. Because one of my friends is called Osebi. Osebi. I think they are they are Nigerian. So and the sister is called Osei, but I don't know the mom's name. And this is my friend, and the mom told me that Sheikhs is what is it called again? Sheikhs is this my friend mom's friend. So
you people hung out a lot. Did you people roll in the same like friendship circle? Did you people do things together, hang out together?
Yeah, this is my friend, right? But the Sheikhs, since this my friend told me, I haven't seen the Sheikhs with my 2 eyes. But the mom gave me Sheikhs number. I'm trying to contact Sheikhs. You know what Sheikhs told me? Hey, Sheikhs told this my friend that, I know this guy. I know Darren. I said, okay, keep his number. Let me talk to him. I call Sheikhs. You know what Sheikhs told me? Sheikhs say, hey, if you keep on calling my phone again, I'll call police for you. Breaker. Invite Ebuka in this place, please. Invite Ebuka in this chat, please.
Wait.
Oh my goodness, Jesus! I was shocked. I was shocked because I know Sheikhs very well, and Sheikhs is one of my favorite in the house. Look at my platform. Ask anyone. My favorite people in the house, right? That I don't joke with them is Sheikhs, Adekule, Brian. Who again? I don't joke. I don't fucking joke with those people. Trust me. You understand? So for Sheikhs saying that to me, I felt somehow. So I showed the mom. I go and trust me. I want to show my friend because I was there. I'm gonna show the mom and say, look, see what Sheikhs have replied me you. So they said that, oh, Darren, please, okay, since you are his checks don't want you, so better please what is it called? So better please just block his number. And just because when they say because me myself, I got mental health, you understand? So because I'm quite
Yeah.
vulnerable, people take advantage in a way. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they just advise me that I should just block him for now because he doesn't like that. But me as a person, genuinely, I like Shakes. I like Shakes as a person. Shakes, Adekule, who again? Chichi is a sweet soul in the house. Chichi is she's a sweet soul, but I feel like when she was in the house, people were taking advantage. People because she doesn't talk or because she's outspoken.
Yeah.
But if you go and look for
Let
her,
me tell you
if you go
something,
and if you go
Darren.
beside Chichi,
Let me tell you something, Darren. Let me quickly tell you something, okay? And because what you said about Shegs was so funny, I was just having a
yes,
good laugh. But I wanted to tell you, let me just chip that in. So normally, yeah, this is what I would have done in your position. So
okay.
if I don't know people like
Sorry,
that,
I'm
I
only,
mean,
I'm only a young guy. I'm only 20, so I'm still learning. Please, sorry.
oh, okay, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So this is what I normally do. If I admire people from afar and they don't
Yes.
know me, obviously I'm the one admiring them. They don't know me, or they probably know me, but we don't have like a relationship. We just have
Yes, they haven't
knowledge
seen
of
you,
each
but
other's
they know that you have
existence.
voted for them, you have seen them in the platform
Yeah.
or social media
So
or
what I
something like
normally
that.
do, yeah. So what I would normally do first is if I have their number and I really like them, and for me it's like I want to talk to this person, I would first shoot a text message, an SMS, introducing myself that, oh, my name is XYZ. I am a huge fan or I am a huge supporter. I like you and I would really love to have a conversation with you. If you're open to, meeting up or maybe
Yeah,
having a phone conversation or maybe an
that's
audio
right.
call conversation or a video conversation, like I will open the options for them. Do you want an audio
Absolutely.
conversation or video? If you're open to such, it will be an honor. I would really appreciate it. So I will shoot an SMS first and I will give them time, maybe 2 days to reply or 3 days to reply. If they don't reply, if I really like the person, I will shoot another reminder SMS that, oh, hi, I don't know if you caught my
Oh,
other
Gloria,
message. I
Gloria,
sent a
Gloria,
message, blah,
Gloria,
blah.
Gloria.
Yeah,
Sorry for stopping you short.
the point is you don't jump into calling
But
someone that does not know you because you have their number. All right. Yeah, I'm just telling you for next time, aside checks, if it's anybody that you know and you like the
yes,
person and the person does not know you, instead of jumping to call first, push
yes.
out an SMS first. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I get the point, Gloria. Thank you very much. So I get the
Yeah.
point that as I told you, I got autism. So sometimes I get so excited because it's one of my favorites. So I just kind of like, oh, I want to speak to Shakes, I want to speak to Adekule, I want to speak to Brian. If you look at me, that is just me. You get what I mean? Please,
Yeah.
I am on my thing. Please, I'll speak to you later. So you get what I'm
All
trying to
right.
say. So
Okay.
sorry, someone was just knocking the door. Yes, I'm all right. Thank you. I'm just having a chat on my thing. Thank you. So you get what I'm trying to say. So sometimes I get so excited that I want to speak to this person. I want to speak to this person. I want to speak to this person. You
Yeah.
understand? So
Yeah.
because they're my favorite, like Adekule, if you look at all the platforms, because I'm someone that I'm a very loyal person. I say it the way it is. You understand
Yeah.
now? Because
Yeah.
checks, Adekule, Brian, who again? Please, I am on the. Oh God, I'll talk
Okay.
to you
Okay.
later. Thank
Darren.
you.
Darren, Darren,
Yeah, yeah.
do you want to let the person knocking at your door know that you're fine, and then you can come back to join the conversation? All right, we're still here. All right, so that you just let them know that you're fine. All right. So
So
I'm
I'm
going to
just feeling
remove
my
you. Just go ahead and talk to them. Okay, guys, I just wanted Darren to sort that out. All right, we're going to talk to Candy right now. Hi, Candy.
Hello, Glory.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. You're welcome to the conversation. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm from Ghana.
Ah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so I have this
Okay.
question. A friend of mine, yeah, she's half Nigerian, half Ghanaian. Like, she knows a lot about Nigerian. So she was like, this year there's not going to be any new season for Big Brother. It's going to be Big Brother All Stars, and they're going to pick selected housemates from different how do you call it? seasons of Big Brother Niger to, I don't say, and keep them in one house for them to like play a game or something. I want to find out if it's really true.
Okay, so I've been seeing that rumor all about Twitter, and let me speak from what I learned from a reliable source. The person said that there's going to be another season of Big Brother, but there was no specifics if it was going to be an all-star season or not. But it has also spiked up my curiosity because normally the way it's done by April, there should have been an announcement for for auditions. But this is June already, and there's been no announcement for auditions yet. So me, I'm also curious, like, okay, what's up? What are these people, planning? What do they have up their sleeves? So there's no like official statement yet about what's going to happen. If there will be, in their usual format, they will put out a press release, or they will put out a poster on their page or across their social media accounts. So for now, there's no official statement to that. Maybe people are just spreading rumors, and that is because there's no announcement for auditions yet. Usually auditions are announced in April, but nothing has been announced yet. So I'm not sure about that All Stars information.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
talking about the reunion, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hearing, not really about the reunion though, but like I've been hearing people saying that, oh, Fina is Raz, Fina is this, Fina is that, and she's now the winner, so she has to polish. And I'm always against them. I'm like, she's known because she's Raz, she's known because she's from the street, so there's no need for her to change. So I don't know
Hmm.
if you guys agree with me with that on that.
No, I disagree.
Okay, carry on. Are you
Yeah,
there?
so that was the only thing I wanted to say.
Okay. Um, I don't know, guys. What you guys have to say? I mean, the link is right there in the comment section. Click on it and let's hear your thoughts about what Candy has said. Okay.
Okay, so bye.
All right. Thank you so much,
Okay, bye
Candy.
bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Darren.
Let's quickly move on to Latricia, and then Darren will come back to you. Okay. All
Okay,
right. Hi,
yes, I said you come
Latricia.
from the host.
Yeah, we'll come back to you,
Table
Darren.
shaker.
Okay. Latricia, you're welcome back.
Thank you. Let's just say a liquid on the lips before I talk. Liquid on the lips.
Yes.
Okay, I like Darren's energy. Let me start like this. I want to know something before I make my comment from both of you, Glory and Darren. What is the actual meaning of Omo? I think I know, but I'm not sure. When you say Omo, what does it mean?
I think Omo is the same as saying is it Batong? Is it Batong or Batong
Oh,
in South
at
Africa?
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
Okay. And then what is the meaning of Nyash?
It's Bom Bom.
That's the meaning.
Yeah.
There was this I had two clients, ne? The other one was Nigerian, the other one was Zimbabwean. Not
Yeah.
clients, but clients per se. We were together because of work. So now they were actually the victims of crime. So now they're saying to me, we're talking just now generally. Then they're talking about there's this girl in the American girl, I forgot her name. She's a celebrity. She's changing her body, taking it back to what it was because she did all these things
Okay,
about the
Black
nyash
China.
and all. Yes. They're
Absolutely.
talking
Yes,
about
yes, yes, yes.
then they say, I was telling the Nigerian guy says, I was telling this other my G's in Niger that in South Africa when you go to the shop, you just come across about 2 or 3 ladies with that nyash, and I'm like, what is it that is the nyash? And I wanted to pretend as if I understand in case it's working against me. what is it that they can, in South Africa, a lot of women that you just come across when you walk to the shop with that nyash, and I'm like, and it sounds funny, like it's closer to some of once you say nya in my language, you are belittling something. Once you say nya in most words that are belittling is that, so it should be meaning something different. I understand. I'm like, I wonder what it means. And I said, you know what? There's only one person who will be honest. Glory will tell me what nyash is.
Now, you know, nyash is
okay,
what people
Glory,
use.
while on the topic, I wanted to say, I was.
Oh, I was going to say that it's not a derogatory word over here. It's just PJ, vernacular. You know, it's just PJ. Yeah, it's not a derogatory word. Yes. Please carry on. Yeah, please carry on.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I understand. So, okay. I wanted to say I was triggered when you were talking about the issue of the social media as well, just like Darren was triggered. What I've noticed about the people who are in the arts industry, let me say those celebrities, they for them to remain relevant, they would rather do or say something on social media just so that they remain on the lips of the people. Somebody will come on social media and say, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. They know that definitely it's going to be a topic to say, what is it that is depressing her? Is she financially broke? Is she financially this? Is she having problems in relationships and all that? They just want that so that for that week or for that day, they can trend. And sometimes it works for them because it will end up maybe being a topic to say, no, we need to talk about issues of depression on celebrities or on whatever. Then that, see, it already that person, they are on the lips of the people. So that's what I've seen with most of the Big Brother people, housemates, when they go out. I think when the fame starts to slowly go down, as it always does, I think that's what they do. And you will think that maybe they are fighting or all that and start talking about them and making comments and making examples with them, then only to find that they are sitting somewhere in a sofa next to each other, having a lager wine and laughing and saying, oh, look at them, they think we are fighting. Then we are talking all over about them, only to find that it's just for them to become relevant. But equally so, I want to say that it's painful to live like that. Because as I said, social media is facade. Then they are living a lie for the sake of just to be on the lips of the people. There's a lot of things that you can do in order to remain on the people's lips. But then with the world that we live in, the times, the 21st century, unfortunately, that's one of the ways of them to always make sure that they are on the lips of the people. And social, the reality shows, I like them, but these days I'm slowly not liking them anymore. Like the Real Housewives, I liked it. Let me talk about the ones of Africa, for example. You can tell that this thing is not really a reality show. Let's just be honest. It's not a reality show. Somehow it's scripted, it's planned and all that. Because, Glory, this is my point. And I spoke to one guy who is a very big actor in South Africa. He went to school in USA, so I'm talking about our real legends. That guy, when I spoke to him, I said, it's funny because, say when you are acting, I've been on a scene when they're acting, but background, obviously, I'm not an actor. I've seen how many cameras they have, the movement, all that, things that we don't see when we are watching the movie or whatever. There's a lot of movement and all that. So, which I assume that also when they are filming the Real Housewives and what and whatnot, it is the same scenario, or more or less, let me put it that way, because it's in their houses. Then here is my surprise. I come to your house, Glory, I'm your friend, you are on the Real Housewives of Lagos. Then I come to your house, then I find all these cameras. If it's a reality show, that means when I get there, I should be like, because I'm not an actor, so what are all these cameras doing here? Who are these people? You get that? We've never came across such. We've never came across such. But there is only one show for me, Big Brother. Big Brother, whether you want to act it or you want to what, somewhere, somehow, reality will catch up with you, will meet with you. I don't know if I'm still audible. I see everybody's frozen here. Is it?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Carry on.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Letitia, carry on.
Hello?
Letitia, carry on. Can hear you. Carry on.
I don't know if you can hear me, Claude, but I can't hear you.
I can hear you. Carry on, carry on. I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh,
Um, I think Letitia network. I think Letitia. Oh my God,
oh,
Letitia! If you can come back, please come back. All right, we're actually hearing everything you were saying. Okay. Darren, do you want to round up your point? What you were saying before,
yes,
just round it up.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So as I was saying before, I went and I really do apologize for for the inconveniency. So as I was saying, I was talking about who was I talking about? I was talking about Bella and Shek's relationship. To be honest with you, me genuinely, right? Even in the house and out of the house, I think they still got that love and that genuine relationship between them. So any person that is not Sheks is this, Sheks is that. Sheks is a very good guy. He's a very very good guy. So I don't see any
Okay.
problem in that. So whatsoever people are saying in the Twitter or whatsoever people are saying is their business. But for me, I know
Okay.
Sheks is a good guy, and Sheks is really, really, really willing to engage with this girl. I've seen it myself.
Hmm.
So that one is period. For
Okay.
Doing and Cheesy, Doing, in the house, I realized that Doing is someone that she's she's very she's outspoken. And I like her about that. She doesn't take any shit from any person. But even before these riders, Rasha and Cheesy came in, I think she was engaged with I think she was getting more closer to isn't Dotsun, or I don't know if I'm not correct. Before
She
Cheesy
was close
came,
to.
and
Yeah. She
who?
was close
Yes,
to.
Dotsun,
She
right?
was close to. Yeah. No, not Dotson. She was close to this level one guy. I can't remember his name right now. I think Saif. Yeah, Saif.
Is it
And then there was
five?
also
Five.
Deji. And then
Yes,
after Deji, then
absolutely.
Cheesy. Hmm.
Yes, so she was close with Saif. So in the house, and but the relationship was not really that going well for me, honestly. So when Cheesy came now, oh yes, we saw the real Doing, and the real Cheesy. Because Doing, when Cheesy came to the house as a rider, right? Um,
Hmm.
Doing really admired this guy, but and from the relationship, and I see that genuinely, Doing really wanted to, Doing really loved Cheesy from the bottom of her heart. The way what I saw in the house. I've seen
Okay.
even before the Big Brother level up ended, I've seen many pictures and many whatsoever they call it with Doing and Cheesy, with a relationship about the love, about hawking, about flowers and how you get what I'm trying to say. But even out
Hmm.
of the house now, I feel like it's still a little bit dangling, but I think they'll get there. That's how I just
Okay.
feel like
Okay. If you think
my
so,
own personal
let's
point of view.
keep our fingers crossed and see. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Darren. Thank you so much. Let's not keep Matilda waiting.
It's a
Let's move on
pleasure.
to
Thank you very
Matilda.
much.
Thank you so much, Darren. Okay. Hi, Matilda.
Hi, Glory.
Hi.
I'm back.
Oh, Khadija. Khadija, you're welcome back. Okay. All right. Let's hear you.
Funny. He said, what? Don't you really love cheesy? No, I think you didn't
Well,
watch the show.
he said that that is his own frank opinion, and hey, who am I? I mean, that's what he saw, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you were saying Doi was close to Adekule and Dotun, and she all of a sudden she cut Adekule off. But you got that side wrong. It was Adekule who cut Doi off because he got entangled with Allison. That was when he had that thing going on with Allison. So he had a little bit of break between him and Doi. That was what happened. Then later on to when Adekule was planning to give Doing problem or whatever, I don't know what he told Alison. Alison told Doing, and the whole thing became a problem. Yeah, but what caused their friendship to become that kind way? It was when Adekule was involved with Alison. That was what happened. Do you
Hmm.
remember?
I mean,
No, do you remember?
at this point for me, um, I saw what I saw. Everybody else saw what they saw. The show is over. I'm just waiting for the reunion people to come and give us what we want to hear, or maybe tell us their own version of the truth. So I do not think Adekunle actually cut off Doyin. No, I think
No,
Doyin was.
he didn't cut
Exactly.
her
Sorry.
off
I don't think
completely.
Adekunle can.
He
I
didn't
don't think
cut her
Adekunle cut
off
her off. I think,
completely.
see, Doyin was on a
Yeah,
mission in that. Khadija, Doyin was
yeah,
on a
maybe
mission. Doyin was on a hunt in that house.
she
Remember,
wanted a
there
man.
was, hold on, remember there was Shegs first that she
Yeah,
liked. But Shegs did not reciprocate the energy. Shegs was all into Bella. And then they had that fallout. And then later there was a Saturday night party, I think the second one, where is it the first or second one where Doyin and Saif, they started their things, they were kissing. She said she liked the guy. At some point, it was as if she was wishing to be transferred to, is it level one or level two? Level two. And then later, Deji was sent into the house as a fake housemate, and then she started making advances at Deji. And we're all out here hyping her. Doyin was very busy. She was very busy.
yeah, she was
Just as she
busy.
was busy,
Yeah,
Alison too was busy because there was her maid in the picture. There was Adekunle whom she had had a thing with for 1 week, and so a lot of things was happening. So it wasn't like Adekunle just literally just cut off completely from doing. No, I don't think
yeah,
so.
he
But if
didn't.
that's what you
He
saw,
didn't
it's
cut
fine.
Yeah, no, you said Doyin cut Adekunle off. And I was trying to tell you what happened, what made that friendship was when Adekunle got entangled with Allison. He became more, Adekunle thought he was in love with Allison. And he thought Allison loved him like the way he did until Allison came back saying, I don't like you, I like Deji or whatever. I don't know. But I was just saying, they didn't really cut things off just like that, but because they were all involved in something. You remember, even with Deji, Doji will go to Adekule and be telling Adekule how she liked this guy, blah blah blah. Even with Shek, she was telling Adekule all those things, and then she'll be like, she'll form she liked the guy, and she'll still form like I don't care, those things. So
Mm,
I just felt
that's
like she didn't really cut
it.
Adekule off. To me, that's what I saw. To me, I don't know.
You see, that's why I
And what
said,
of
that's
the
why I said at this point,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
everybody saw what they saw. I'm just all
And
about the reunion now. Like I just want all of
I'm
these
praying nobody
unresolved
comes
issues.
there
Yeah,
with a
and
little
the reason I
ammunition.
put it that way, the reason I put it that way is because the moment Doyin started fraternizing, I put it that way, fraternizing because it became like a frat and like a fraternity. The moment she started fraternizing with Shex and Bella, and then Dotun joined that mix, Dotun was literally bootlicking all through the show. I mean, let's call it spade
Yeah,
a spade. He was
yeah, it was.
literally kissing Shek's ass up and down. Hermes joined the bandwagon. The moment join and Doyin, whom we all put on this very, very high pedestal as one of the strongest females of the season, the very vocal person, the one that has a mind of her own. The moment she joined the friendship with Shegs and Bella, she started thinking
Yeah,
otherwise about Adekunle. She started questioning everything Adekunle does. And then she had that conversation with Alison about Adekunle's genuity. And then she started calling Adekunle a liar. And you understand? So a lot of things happened. That's why I put it that way, because that was how I saw it. All right, but it's fine.
I'm also praying nobody comes there with selective ammunition.
Ah, they will come, oh, my sister. This one is not.
They better own up
They
to
will
their
come.
sins. Whatever they did in that house, they should own up to it. This is the
They will
Gen Z
come.
season. They were proud doing whatever they were doing. So they shouldn't come and be like, no, I don't remember. Did I? They shouldn't. They shouldn't try that with us. We'll drag them on Twitter if they do that thing with us. They should own because we were trust me, the show was going on and we were already preparing for reunion. If you remember, we were
Mm-hmm.
already like, the reunion is going to be bloody. So they shouldn't come there
Yeah.
and be forming, I don't remember. Did this happen? They shouldn't. They
But
shouldn't try that
it
with
will
us.
happen. See,
Hi.
this thing about selective amnesia, not remembering your actions, not knowing why you did what you did, see, it's something that will remain constant in Bbnaija reunions. And that is because most of these housemates have rebranded themselves in public eye, like, oh, I am now a brand. I'm trying to represent blah blah blah. I stand for representation. So what happens is Some of them are ashamed of the things they did back in the house. Some of them are not ashamed of it all. So they would just rather pretend and act like it never happened. Those ones who are ashamed, for them, it's a taboo subject. They would never want to revisit those, experiences. And so they would lie that they don't remember, or they would lie or feign ignorance about the reasons behind their actions back then, which is quite understandable. But then it's very annoying when that happens. It's very annoying. So, my
So,
dear, let's wait and see if they will shock us this time around. Okay?
okay,
All right.
okay.
I'm gonna move on
Yeah.
to Eli. All right. Eli has been on the queue waiting. So let's just quickly move on to Eli. Hi. Are you
Hi,
there?
sorry. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm so excited to hear from you again on this whole Bbnaija um, shenanigans.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to my fan and my ultimate fave, Adekunle Olopade.
Mm,
I like how like the guy came out of the house and is steadily chasing what he really spoke about in the house, his
mm.
political ambitions. Like he's very selective when it comes to where he's supposed to be. And I really like that for him. He's not all over the place.
That's
He
how it should
knows
be.
where yes, he knows where he's welcome and he actually presents himself there. And
Mm,
I really want to talk about doing I
mm,
don't know. I don't know how to describe doing. I'm looking for like the right word to describe doing, but nothing comes to mind than a green snake. Doing is actually a green snake. So I don't know this forced beef she wants to have with Adekule because Deji called this lady all sort of names in the house, including Eloswag and Dotun, even Shex and Bella. But this girl decided to channel all her stupid energy, sorry, all her energy to Adekunle. And sometimes I think about it and I just can't comprehend. Because so I ask myself, what exactly did Adekunle do to Doyin? Then I remember where Adekunle had something to say about when Chomzi and Doyin went into a fight, and Adekunle was like, sometimes I feel like you like inserting yourself in other people's business. Sometimes you should stay in your lane. He was just advising as a friend, but I think it didn't sit well with Doyin, and she took it like, okay, yeah, that silly loyalty. I was listening to one of her podcasts. If you are my friend, you have to have my back. If no, that is not how friendship is. If I'm your friend, I'm supposed to call you out when you are wrong.
my
That I
dear.
don't know how people describe loyalty. If you are my friend, even even if I'm making a fool out of myself, you have to have my back. That is not loyalty. That is foolishness.
No. That's
I'm sorry.
stupidity at the highest
That
order.
yes, that's foolishness because I don't know why you would want that kind of loyalty from your friend. Okay, so when Adekunle called this girl out, she was so furious. She was like, she didn't want to come to Adekunle immediately because she would have said a lot of things that she would have regretted. So she waited for a while before coming to Adekunle. And then when she came to table all her matter to Adekunle, Adekunle was like, okay, I'm sorry. No, 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 I don't want you to tell me you're sorry. Tell me exactly what. When Adekunle gave her the example, okay, I agree, but I think because you're my friend, you should have waited to no, it doesn't even make sense. That is one. The second one too is that she was trying to push this heartbreak narrative on Adekunle so much that she didn't understand the fact that Adekunle wasn't so hurt as she and Alison expected him to be when Alison did whatever she did. Because clearly, if I was Alison, I would have been worried because if a guy like doesn't, chase me like that, I would also question that this guy actually really like me. And he literally held my hand and gave to another man. Told Hermes that you know what, you can go and talk to Alison. I think she oh. So for doing to like push that narrative, Adekunle is are you sure you're not hurt? I'm sure you're hurt. Why are you cushioning your feelings? Why are you not? And unfortunately for him, that time he was also not feeling well. So the whole thing looked like he was served breakfast on national television. And you know, one thing the housemates say about him that I don't understand is I don't really understand this guy.
Those
I
people are
don't
bloody
know.
liars.
I mean, is he your physics or your chemistry paper or a jam question that you're supposed to answer that you really need to read and understand him? You're all playing a game. Focus on your game and play. Why are you coming to a show where there's 100 million on the line, coming to understand somebody? From like
See,
I really
Eli,
don't.
Eli, let me tell you something. Sorry for even chipping in the and cutting you short. Let me tell you this. I've realized that this is a label, a tag, a negative label that ex Bbnaija housemates have put on a housemate that is playing the best game. The same thing was done to Miracle and Kosi from Big Brother Titans. You see any housemates that comes into the show and is able to read them as individuals and as a group and is able to play mental games on them. You know, all those people that are not overly dramatic, they don't
Yeah,
show you all the ammunitions. So
yeah.
what they do is they try to instigate shit. They try to rally up the audience against the housemates. So they begin to call them liars. They begin to label them as pretentious, deceitful. That was the same thing they did to Adekunle. So for me, every single housemate that gave Adekunle that label, they were the snake of the season. All of them.
Because
All
Sheikh,
of
I
them.
also saw a video of Sheikh saying that if he had told me that you were this, you were that, we could have been friends. And I'm like, so you really
So he
want
should come
to
and
be
give you
a
all his
yes,
examination
yes,
answers. Imagine
yes,
going to write jam
yes.
and you pass all
Like
the answers to
I,
your
I don't
questions. And
understand. And for doing thinking, you know, there are some people, and when they are entering a room or they are entering a space where there are different personalities, they think that okay, even before interacting with people, they think that okay, I'm the smart one of
mhm,
them, I'm going to do this. And then when they go and meet somebody who is smarter than them, but they don't even brag about it, they tend to be very cautious and very like
mhm,
it looks like they are they are like balloons that have been inflated. I don't know if you get the scenario I'm trying to paint. Because
mhm.
I really don't understand Doing. Doing is a very bad friend to Beauty. Doing is not a friend to Beauty. I want Beauty to be very cautious of Doing. Doing is like meddling. Doing will sleep with your friend because of money. That is the kind of person Doing is. Because Doing is always about money. If you look at Doyin's Twitter, like Doyin's tweets and Doyin's discussion, it's about money, men, money, men, money. That is what this girl always talks about. Because she never supported Beauty until Beauty left the house. She never was like, I really like Saif, I really like Saif after Saif was disqualified because she thought that, okay, these people went through. And you know what? She had discussions with Beauty because I am sure that she didn't know Beauty before the show began. They were roommates, so they had a lot of conversation. So after Beauty was disqualified, that's when she sat at a round table saying that, oh, she's big, she's this, so that she would get Beauty's fans to also support her. Because she was the same person who told the housemaid that she was in a very serious fight with Beauty and they had to separate them. Security had to. So, like, you painted this picture about this lady, and then you come out acting all nice and all like yin yang with Beauty. Like, I really don't understand Doing. She has like a lizard head and a chicken body, like dual identity. I really can't describe who she is. And then I also think, because the snippet I saw in reunion, the liar she called, I am very sure it is Adekunle. I am very 100% sure Adekunle she was
I won't
referring
be
to,
surprised.
because you see, and you see, when she came out of the house, I also think that the friendship between Adekunle and Beauty also like really hurt Doing. It's like a cancer in her body because she doesn't understand what it's like. Most of the housemates don't even understand how Adekunle and Beauty's friendship brewed out. I really don't want to be in Adekunle's shoes right now, because how can a lot of people hate you like that for no reason? For no reason.
You
And
see,
like,
yeah, Eli. one scam, let me just put it out there. One scam that has existed for too long on this Big Brother Nigeria show. In fact, Big Brother show in general, especially amongst the players of the game, that's the housemates. That's the scam is that when they go into the house, they obviously are there to compete for the prize, right? But when they go in there, they play the game of emotions, the game of sentimentality, they do all this romance, they play the game of friendships. Of course, they play the game of life in general. Now, after they do all these things, obviously they know that they are getting the attention of the audience, the attention of the viewers. And that's because they are playing the very obvious game. When they go into the house, they know the viewers. There's that section of the shippers that would expect romance. There's that section of people that love friendship, they will expect friendship. Now, if there's that one person that is not playing the script that everybody expects, they just put that person in a box. See, that was what happened to Adekunle. Adekunle became a target when he was playing a solo game. After the whole thing with what's her name, Allison, he decided to play a solo game. So Adekunle was playing a solo game, and all his plans, his strategies, they were not obvious. Even when he was spilling his strategy to Chomzi, Elo Swags, and Hermes at some point, it was still not very certain because most of the things that he would brag he would do, he would not do it. So it became very confusing. So the fact that he was unreadable, people could not at all read him or even decipher his plans. It became a huge challenge. And in a show like Big Brother, in a stiff competition, like, emerging the winner, people will always want to how do I put it now, stigmatize that one person that they can never understand the person's strategies. That was what happened to Adekunle. So all the negativity he was getting from most of the housemates, it was as a result of that.
They'll all be fine. But then again, I want to speak about Chichi. I think Chichi is one person that has grown post show. Like when you say level up, that lady has really, really leveled up. Like I like how she has comported herself post show. And then another person I think is Amaka, and then to some extent Beauty. I think all of them have really grown post show, and I really like all of them. And Glory, keep doing your the good work. Very
Thank
entertaining,
you.
very
Thank you.
very intelligent conversations and all that.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless you.
you. Thank you.
Bless
Thank you
everyone.
so much. Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye. Thank you so much. All right. I'm super excited that Latricia is back. Latricia was giving us some very, very insightful analysis. I'm glad you're back. Latricia, are you ready to speak?
Yes, I am, my dear. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. I think it was my network. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
tried my
It's
phone
better
initially.
now. It's
Yeah.
better.
So I was saying, Big Brother is one platform that I when I talk of reality shows, is the only platform that I say it is really what it is, what it should be. Let me put it that way, because like I was trying to indicate earlier that the other ones, I'm not saying they're really scripted, but it's questionable because there are things that you will see that you will not find exactly what you are expecting to see in a case of a reality show, you see. So, and I also wanted to say, I want to give it to Nigeria to say, Nigerians, Big Brother Niger, whatever, you are good at it and you take it serious. And I think that is how we should, because when we talk of reality, that is reality. Big Brother is reality, and you are embracing it. You are taking it serious. Yes, there will be this back and forths and all that, but that is what we want. That is what a reality show is. It shows that it's real. It's reality on the screen, and it's also reality even in the community itself. They are receiving it and giving their own feelings or emotions, whether negative or positive. It doesn't matter. We are all humans. We are different. That is how we are expected to act in different ways, negative or positive. But I say, Big Brother, it is the Big Brother, it is the show, it is the realness of it. And I was also impressed by Kanye West. He said, if I have to be go back to Africa, if they are taking us back to Africa, I would prefer to be Nigerian because of the way they treat or the way they do things when it comes to their celebrities or their Department of Arts. I think he was talking about the fans specifically. You are very fanatic, yes, to an extent. Sometimes maybe we can say irritating, some Nigerians complain and all that, but it's beautiful to see it happening like that. So I say, I like Big Brother, and I appreciated the fact that there is a possibility that you are going to have another one, because look at it this way. But the world is watching Big Brother Bbnaija. Yes, South Africa, it came back because there were issues previously and all that. Yes, we are also appreciating it because we're getting all the support and all that. But for now, it doesn't matter what. Nigeria is tops when it comes to the reality show of Big Brother. Big Brother specifically, please don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Not other reality shows, these other brands. For me, it's not doing. For me, it's not doing. It's not the 100% realness that we are expecting. There was one show of Bonang. I think you know her. She was the host, one of the hosts in your previous AMVC. What?
Yes, I know
Bonang
her. Yeah.
Matheba. Yes, she made a reality show. Then she went
I
to
think it's being
her
Bonang, Abi. It's
grandmother's
being
parents.
Bonang or becoming Bonang. I think I watched it. I followed it.
The reality. Yeah, it was being Bonang, yes. Then when she went to her grandmother's place, there was an unveiling, I don't know, of an uncle or something, to show that on that part specifically it was real. I was so impressed when she went to greet her grandmother, and the grandmother there was this big mic that they put that we don't see. The grandmother was like, "What is this now? What is this thing?"
I can
And then
imagine.
Bonang is saying, "No, Gogo, avoid it." No, Gogo means Granny. No, Granny, avoid it. I'm here. I said, no. This thing looks like it's like a cat because it has a lot of famous. He says, "Hey, it looks like a cat. What is wrong with this thing? Why is it sitting?" That is reality. That is reality. So that's what I'm saying. You are expecting to see that. Then after that, okay, the granny was on, and then she was okay and all that. And I was so impressed to say, at least this is the realness that we are expecting. You cannot say something is real while it's being cutted and all that. Yes, we understand, because it's for purpose of the people who are watching, so that I'm not seen maybe doing funny things or wrong things or whatever. But then yes, they can edit to an extent. Yes, they cannot show while I'm naked, for example, and other things. But it has, if they say reality, it has to be reality to an extent. So Big Brother, for me, as Tricia, I'm saying Big Brother is the show for me. That's all that I wanted to say, Glory.
You know what? Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you. And hold on, Patricia. Let's have this conversation. I mean, thank you so much. I really appreciate you even bringing up this conversation. Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, this is what I have also observed about housemates who have participated on the show, either Big Brother Bbnaija or Big Brother South Africa or Big Brother Titans. I've noticed that, in as much as they claim that they were being themselves, oh, I'm being real, I'm being themselves, like they are constantly trying to prove that the game they played, oh my gosh, she's dropped off. Patricia, please, if you can come back, please come back. Hi, Mr. A. Let me just quickly say what I want to say, and then I'll move on to you. So I find it's exhausting when ex-housemates from Big Brother or Big Brother Bbnaija, Big Brother South Africa or Big Brother Titans, are constantly trying to prove that they were being real in the course of the show. Personally, I don't think it's wrong if these housemates, answer during their interviews when asked, that they were actually playing a game at the times when they played the game, right? You will see someone, for instance, during the show, they are doing what they are doing. They look at the cameras and they smile and they give that knowing look, like, okay, great. This action I just took now, oh, great. The camera caught that. So I know that I have sparked up a conversation on the outside. I know for sure that I am trending. For me, I think it's actually a good thing. I think it's actually a good thing when they come out of the house. That's after the show, or maybe if they get evicted before the end of the show. I think it's a good thing if they come out and during an interview they are asked, "Oh, were you playing a game?" And they own it with their full chest that, "Oh, yes, absolutely. I was playing a game. I went in there to make connections, but the priority was to play a game because there was a prize at stake. So if I did not go in there to play a game, what exactly was supposed to be my priority then? You know, but when during their interviews they are asked, "Oh, were you playing a game?" Like for instance, Nutrition, I'm bringing this up because of the interview you mentioned that Kosi had, and they were asking her about Yemi, about a bank. You know, they were asking her, she was playing a game and she didn't really want to outrightly say it. If I were to be in Kosi's shoes, I would say it that yes, I went in there to build connections, but the priority for me when I auditioned for Big Brother was to win that money. If that was it, I went there to play a game. It was a massive opportunity given to me. I earned that opportunity, or by any means I got there. I got that opportunity. I went in there and I had to. I needed to play the game to get to where I am today, and I played the game. So yes, I played the game because every other person too played the game. Nobody can say that they went into Big Brother's house to go and sing Kumbaya. And I'm sorry to say, but I think I just have to reference this, right? So take for instance someone like Yvonne from Big Brother Titans. You know, most of the time people say that, "Oh, she was the only person that did not play any game." I'm like, are people for real? So what's the point? Do you get, like, I see people on Twitter, some people on Twitter, they will say, "Oh, Yvonne was the only one that was genuine. Yvonne was the only one that did not play any game." I'm like, I don't understand. Is the show for people who are not ready to play games? Are you supposed to just go there like Yvonne did? You know, you go and be kissing, 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 aside the gossip parts that she had, you know. So I find it very, very, I don't know. I think it's it's tiring, for lack of a better word. I think it's really tiring when these people, you know, after the show, during their interviews, they try so hard to convince people that they were not playing a game. If I go into Big Brother's house and I fall in love with someone, or let's say I fall in crush, because it's quite interesting how people fall in love all of a sudden. So let's say I fall in crush with someone and we enjoy that moment that we shared in Big Brother's house. And in the course of enjoying the moment, I am still playing my game. When I come out, I'll say, yes, I was playing my game and equally building a connection with this person. I don't think there's anything wrong with that response. What do you think, Latricia?
Yes, yes, 100%. I wanted to say, if they are saying Yvonne was not playing a game, why did she then agree with what was the Jenny O? Remember, they had a plan to say they want to play. I think it was yes, but unfortunately, she caught feelings, which is okay. We
Exactly.
as women, we don't visualize, we fall in love, we develop.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing wrong in saying, okay, it was a game, but then ultimately, the guy won my heart, or whatever. I like what the other person was saying just before I was on off. She was saying she feels that the Big Brother thing is scripted and all that. I want to say in response to that, I agree with her 50%, 50% I don't. I'm saying it's scripted. I can say it's because most of the housemates who get into the house, some of them, they play. When we say it in a simple terms, we say they are playing somebody's script. We would say this one is like we were saying, Adequile is giving us the vibes of Perry. Not necessarily that it is a script, but then it reminds us of Perry. Let me make an example like that. So it's not that it's scripted, but then it's only that the housemates themselves, they are making it, they're playing, maybe because that person was their fave, or that person did it for them, and then they want to do, they are not really giving us their real a self to the thing. And if it was not a game, if you can remember the last conversation of the last, before Yvonne's partner was evicted, the Saturday night, they were talking, it was Kosi, Justin,
Yes.
I think Yvonne was there, and then she also left. They spoke about them being evicted, being nominated many times and all that and whatnot. And Yvonne, to an extent, she said, I had to, somewhere she said, I had to rely on who's this? who saved them. I don't know who saved them. Somebody saved somebody and replacing them,
Okay,
replacing
the
with them.
veto.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that. Something like that. So to show that yes, Yvonne was playing a game, it's just that they will say Yvonne was not playing a game because she is not extroverted. She's not a talking person. So
Hmm.
you don't really get to hear things from here verbally and all that. But she was in a game. She was playing a game because when somebody is a head of house and is on her side, she would have expectations. Then automatically
Mm-hmm.
that means she was in a game. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, for the person, I still want to respond to the person. The person who said I forgot her name. She said she thinks it was scripted. It is also scripted. I'm saying to an extent we say scripted because it's a copy of something. They are playing, the people who watched the BB Titans of this year, they will look at the minuses of the housemates and the pluses of the housemates. Obviously, when they go
Mm-hmm.
in the house, they will obviously want to take with the pluses of the previous housemates in hope,
Yeah.
in belief that it might take them somewhere. You get that? Somebody
Exactly.
might want to play cozy script when they see that this guy and this guy and that guy, they're interested in me. It's not
Mm.
necessarily that it's a script. It's only that okay, that means I'm an attractive woman. Maybe also outside it will work for me. Let me rather go with the flow. You get that? And when talking
Mm.
about cozy, the person who asked that question, I liked what he said to her. He said, before I ask you a question, Kosi, don't be apologetic. You were in a game, you were playing a game, $1 million was on the stake, you had to win it. So don't be apologetic about it. Can you just tell us this? So yes, it was a platform where she was supposed to say, yes, money was at stake. I need money. And winning the thing will put me, it's a cherry on top because then it's going to market me and the career that I'm doing. All those things that you can say. So it was going to work for her. But then these housemates, my problem with them is that they don't own their shit and say it was a game. I was just playing a game. I was
Exactly.
just being me. Therefore, it will
Exactly.
not give them a problem to say they have to explain themselves when they go to interviews and all that. People know that, okay, this person was playing a game. She made it clear that she was playing a game. And because obviously it is clear already that she was playing a game. Where is Yemi? Where is Tabang now? You get it? She's not with them. Okay, we don't know. Maybe behind closed doors when we don't see them, they are together, but we don't see them. I was disappointed. She did not even come to the, okay, maybe she was not invited. The AMVC, everybody came, even Piling and all that. You see, they all came to see. And for me, Miracle, in his interviews, there was one question that was always on him. The question that, what will you say, would you still see Ipileng the same way as you saw her when you see what she was doing with Luke? She made it clear. She said, I was not part of the thing. I was not pursuing her at the time. Then it's okay. That was
Mm.
a beautiful answer. He said, then it's okay. If whatever that she
Mm-hmm.
did with whoever, it's fine. Even if it's not Luke, it's fine. So to an extent,
Mm.
because it's a reality show, they need to own up to their shit or to their
Exactly.
stories or whatever that the people are saying. Or just to clarify, yes, you saw it this way, but this was my intention. This was me. So
Exactly.
for me, I feel that the housemates on that part, they are failing us. But I still maintain that Big
Exactly.
Brother show, it's one reality show that even if they try to act things, it becomes impossible. More especially
Yeah.
the longer you stay, it becomes impossible to act it because the real you will come out. We've seen the real
Mm-hmm.
Tati coming out. And at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
we thought Tati was the quietest and the sweetest, which there's nothing wrong if the real hair comes out because, yes, it is a reality show. You see, a lot of them, it happened like that. I'll
Yeah.
end there for now. Thanks,
Thank
Glory.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lutricia. And I love the way you put it. And Ajay Comfort, we're not talking about Big Brother Titans, we're generalizing. We're talking about all the Big Brother participants,
Yes.
After the show, they come out, it's like a taboo to own up to, what you did. It's like most of them, when they come out of the house and they see that, oh, they have fans that actually loved them because those fans were living under the delusion of, oh, this person was actually doing this thing for real, and the person was not partly playing a game. Probably their management advises them that, oh, don't say you were playing a game. Oh. If you say you were playing a game, and that's why you see most relationships don't last. I think so far
Exactly.
we've only had two relationships that have actually led to marriage, right? The saga and what's her name, Nini Zone here. The story behind
That's
that
it.
one, only God knows. The gist behind that, the gist behind that one, the relationship has been destroyed. so,
Yeah.
so it's
Even
only
that one
two,
of
yeah.
Mpho Badimo
Ah,
and Temba. From what
ah.
we see, things went south, and there's a baby
Right.
already
And there's a P
born.
on the line.
And yes, and Libo is hitting the fashion world. He is up there. But Temba is a disappointment. I want to be honest. He disappointed Mpho. But anyway, what can we say? One of those things. Life
Anyway,
happens.
thank you. Thank you so much, Latricia. Thank you so much. Let me quickly move on to Mr. A. Mr. A has been on the queue for a bit. Hi, Mr. A.
Hey,
Hello.
Glory, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, yeah, Hi, welcome to the conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Okay,
you're looking
so
amazing,
what
by
are
the way.
you?
What's
Sorry?
what's what? You're looking amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What's the
Okay,
secret?
there's no secret. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I saw your Gambia vlog and you were glowing. So
Oh,
I
thank
was just
you.
wondering whether there's a secret behind the glow.
No, I just had to go bath in the Gambian Ocean, and that was that.
Okay.
Thank you. By the way, guys, go ahead and watch that video. It's on my other channel, Simply Glory Elijah. You enjoy it. Anyways, Mr. A, this is not about me. Let's move on. So, what are your expectations for the level up reunion?
I think my expectations is, as you mentioned, I expect them to actually own up after the whole Bbnaija is actually ended. I mean, let's take Doing for an example. During the beginning of the whole show, she said she was going to be manipulated. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is in effect actually giving setting the viewers, mind to see some sort of manipulative stuff, which um she's going to be like, giving, showing the viewers. So we're expecting her to be manipulated. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's no, listen, at the end of the day, when you come out to you, then you start say, sorry, when you're now on the show and you start claiming, oh, I'm being real. I'm the only real one here, no one else is actually real. Everybody else is fake. But you've just claimed at the very beginning of the show that you are going to be manipulated. So how are you actually real
Exactly.
now? It doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense. And then when you come out, why not just, whatever you're actually doing, just come out and say it and say, oh, for the show, I had to say this, but, in real reality, we're now actually out. Someone's got to win the game. Unfortunately, I did it, but, life goes on. And that's what, that's what it should be about. So,
Mm-hmm.
when they actually come in and start saying that, oh, they're not playing the game or they're being themselves, I think people should need to go back and actually watch the very first interview they've actually given out and see what they actually said they were actually going to do. Kosi said the same thing when she was in BB Titans. She said she was
Mm-hmm.
going to manipulate people, and she did exactly that, you know
Mm-hmm.
and she wasn't, she was unapologetic about it. This is what I
Mm-hmm.
was going to do. I did it. So
Mm-hmm.
when you actually go into this show, yeah, we've got to know that it's like whatever the surprise money actually at stake, and
Mm-hmm.
you've got to go with the mindset that I want to win this show. So expectation is, to be honest with you, I think I want them to actually come out clean and start saying that, oh, you know what, we did something, but unfortunately, it's a game. It didn't really work out. You know, we're no offense to anybody. You know, let's be friends. But I think people just want to keep on dragging each other on Twitter or on social media. I think they just love it. Classic example. Even before you even come out, Olivia in BB Titles was already claiming, "Oh yeah, haven't you seen them on Twitter? And when they give them basketballs and stuff like that, you're like thinking, is that your main intention to actually go on to a show
Yeah.
BB Titans? Do you just want people to drag you? Is that all you
Mm.
want to be known for? You know. So they've already come up with this mentality of this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what normally happens. This is what makes me trend. Which in reality, I think if you go in there, claim that, what, this is not me, but I went in there as somebody else. Now I'm actually out. This is the real me, and then move on. So, yeah.
True. Thank you so much, Mr. A. I mean, spot on. That is it. We're saying reunion is that opportunity for you to either come out and be cowardly or be recognized as the one person that has the audacity to own up to all they did on the show. Because at the end of the day, the viewers saw what they saw. So you don't have to come out and make it look like we the viewers that watched what we watched, we were not seeing clearly or we're actually blind. Doesn't really make
Yeah,
sense. So yeah,
absolutely.
thank you so much, Mr. A.
Yeah.
And
Can I
you
can I ask
guys,
can I ask a question?
oh yeah, please.
Can you actually answer the Ajayi Comfort? It says, Glory, why are you smiling?
What?
She actually, or he or she actually says, Mr. A is trying to, Mr. A is shooting his shots. Hmm. Guys, I'm not shooting any shots.
Guys, guys, Mr. A, bye.
Wow.
Oh God. You guys are not just cool at all. Like this is like a setup. D, Marion, Makoti, Ajayi Comfort. You guys, you people, I don't believe you're male or female. You people are just making me smile here. I'm blushing stupidly. But no, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let me move on to Pony. Hi, Pony.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, look at here.
You can see you have many advocates. You'll have very many virtual attendants for your wedding.
Dee, thank you so much. Dee, look at Sherry. Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are just amazing people. Thank you so
we're,
much.
we're
Okay,
the
Pony.
silent shippers.
My dear.
But I wouldn't want shippers for you because, oh my God, that is a whole other mess of its own.
I'm just trying to
Oh,
control myself here not to laugh, but Mr. A had to rub it in. Why are you smiling? Anyways, Pony, you're welcome. You're welcome.
how are you, Glory?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Just preparing
It
for
shows.
the stress. Yeah, I'm preparing for the stress because I know this reunion, these housemates are
Hmm.
going to stress my sanity.
Yeah, but that's how it is every reunion, technically. There is always that, but well, it has to happen. But I'm actually glad. I want it to happen so that we can finally get done and sum up the issue
Mhm.
with this bunch because it's been a lot. So I feel like it needs to happen so that everybody can just move on and we can get it done with. And I
Exactly.
wish, yeah, and when I look at the whole reunion thing, it's yes, there is some excitement, but I'm a bit livid because if there's one thing I've learned from these reunions, especially the recent ones that have been going on, there are a lot of loose ends that are not tied.
True.
So when I think about that, they tend to cover up for certain individuals. And I see that happening too when it comes to this reunion. So I'm 50-50 on it. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, because you know how it is.
I feel
But we have
you.
been talking about people should come and own up to whatever it is that they have done. But when you actually look at the practical bit of it, it may not actually happen. Because if we are really to own up to things, I think there are certain important things that shouldn't be glossed over. The Shegs issue shouldn't be glossed over because I know it's all roses and pebbles right now, but that's something that still needs to be touched on because there was a lot of there was so many things going on that shouldn't be put under the rug, like the Real Housewives of Abuja.
Mm. True.
And I
True.
feel like before even I dive into it, I want to talk, because I heard there was someone who touched on the whole thing of social media and reality TV shows being scripted and all that. And I wanted to
Yeah.
say this. I think when it comes to reality TV in Africa, we haven't quite got it yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like why we haven't got it is because we are trying to downplay too much of our culture by borrowing other people's culture and exhibiting it and thinking it's going to trend.
True.
Hence why so many people come onto reality TV shows thinking that being loud is what's going to make them stay on the show. Being bullies is what's going
True.
to make them stay on the show. I think when it comes to
True.
the African audience, they haven't yet captured reality TV, because reality TV does not have to be fighting. Because as adults, a life of fighting every single day is very exhausting. Yes, there can be drama, but drama doesn't have to be shouting. Why do people like shouting? Sometimes I wonder how people's vocals cope with all that noise, with all that. Because when I look at most of the reality TV shows, for example, is it Young, Rich, and Famous? I couldn't go beyond episode 2, because by the time I reached episode 2, I was already exhausted, because I was not seeing anything else other than the chaos in these people's life. Nothing about their businesses, nothing about family, nothing about all those other things, because there is so much more to these people than whatever it is that we were seeing. So you can,
Mm-hmm.
it's like reality TV show is centered around only bringing the pain and the drama, which
Mm.
shouldn't be the case. So in the end, it leaves such a sour taste in your mouth. You no longer want to indulge, because every time, because come on, we usually watch these shows because we're trying to just see something different. Sometimes, in my case, I actually want to support African franchises, but I
Mm-hmm.
do not want to come from the stress of work and come to another stress of another person's life on
Mm-hmm.
TV, seeing them arguing and doing all these things. So the moment I see that, I would rather change, and that's a viewer lost. That's a subscriber
True.
lost, because that's how money comes in, and that's the practicality of how the media world works. So when I look at the reality TV shows, I think they have not yet really gotten it right. Real Housewives of Abuja, I couldn't go far. It was just
You know what, Connie? What you're saying
Lagos.
is so true.
Mm,
What you're saying is so true.
yeah.
And let me give a classic example of a reality TV show that actually gave reality in all manners. The
Yes.
Kardashians. The Kardashian show, that Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The reason, I mean, personally, I feel
Mm,
that one of the reasons why the show lasted for, I think, over a decade now, or almost a
yes.
decade,
Yeah,
is
over a
because
decade.
they gave everything. These people
Mm,
gave, see, we grew up with these people. Right from the Kylie and Kendall, whilst from when they were still very young, before Kathleen even transgendered into female, we followed these people's story. And I feel
mm,
like what you said, that is what African reality TV is yet to really get a grasp on. You know, they give us
yes.
like 9 episodes, 10 episodes. No, in all of those episodes, what you just get is the drama, the drama, the drama. And it's like you get such an adrenaline rush from all the drama, and then you become drained when there's nothing
Mm,
anymore to keep on pumping you with that energy, that excitement. So yeah, I totally
mm.
agree with you. You know,
And I think
they're still
also,
yet to get the hang of it.
yes, we're still yet to get. And I think also another show that is trying. I don't. It's reality TV. There is a show in South Africa. I've just not gotten its name. It's about a gentleman, and he has about 5 wives. So it's a
Mm,
polygamous relationship, and of course it's not everyone's cup of tea. But at least I can appreciate that show in one way. It is real. Of course,
mm,
every reality show in some way is scripted, but
mm,
the issues that they deal with are practical issues, because these are things that people are dealing with on a daily basis. If you are in a
mm,
polygamous marriage, how is it going to be? What's the dynamic? How are the women going to be like? And you also see other sides to these women, except the side where they're with their husband. So I think that's also another show maybe its message may not be one that is universal, but I feel like it is. And I wish more shows would just tap into all the aspects, because with our culture and all that, I don't think the screaming is something that can appeal to people for very long.
I
Then,
totally agree with you.
two, yes. Then two, on the reunion, I'm exhausted with all the people who pick on Adekunle. Because when I look at the dynamics with Adekunle, when I look at, let me start with Doyin and Adekunle. When I watched the small snippets of the reunion, I was exhausted before I even began, because it's the same old story and it's tired. I think when you look at, because Doyin has her positive points. She's outspoken, she's confident, and those are her positive traits. It's a good thing. But when it comes to the aspect of her and Adekunle, when you go back to everything that happened, most of the people have issues with Adekunle, in simple terms, because Adekunle is just too real. When you look at Doyin and Adekunle, I put it in this perspective of Adekunle is Doyin's mirror. When she looks at Adekunle, all the things that her weaknesses are highlighted. Because the same outspokenness she's praised for is the same thing Adekunle has. And the thing about people who are very outspoken and confident and say a lot, the truth of the matter is they don't do so well taking back their own advice. It's easy to dish it out, but for it to come back in, it's very difficult. And that is why Adekunle and Doyin will forever clash. Shegs and Adekunle will forever clash. Shegs cannot survive with someone like Adekunle, because Adekunle is too firm and stern for Shegs. Doyin and Adekunle can't get along until someone bends, or until there is some self-reflection that goes on. And it's okay for them not to get along, because not all these people can get along. Not all these people can be friends, and that's perfectly fine. It is so okay. So when I look at their whole dynamic, I just sit and the main problem people have with Adekunle is just himself. He's not going to put on a persona. He's not going to fake something up to please people. He's just him. And I like that for him, because he's saving himself from all the toxicity that is online. Because if you actually look at Adekunle is not everywhere. He's not for everyone. And in showbiz, the moment you notice that you're not for everyone, and the moment you stick to your lane, understand your people, trust me, your life will get much easier. Because most of your stress will come from these people who are trying to make you conform to certain things, people who want you to act a certain way. This is an adult. I really actually think the whole idea of him separating himself is really good for him, because it saves him from all the toxic energy. It saves him from expectations of shippers. It saves him from expectations of people who want him to be a certain type of way. He can live his life on his own terms.
Exactly.
Because people who are fans or people who follow you, there are certain people who seem to have an expectation on your life, and it's very exhausting and draining as adults. So it's okay. Whoever doesn't like him, let them not like him. The people who like him will support him. Simple as that. Same thing for all the other housemates. Like what you like, don't like what you like.
Exactly.
But all the scenarios will have different outcomes. There are certain things, they start so sweet and beautiful, and the fire is too much, but it slowly fizzles down, when reality hits in and all that. So when I look at the reunion snippets, I even look at Adekunle and I feel like is over it. It's like, whatever happens,
I mean,
happens. You
you
can
see
say
what you
whatever it is
said.
that you want to say as it's said. Mm.
What you
No,
said
go
is
on.
so
You can go
spot
on.
on. And let me just paint this scenario. Yeah. In terms of these housemates' personalities, especially the ones who keep on, attacking Adekunle, calling him names, calling him a liar and all whatnot. What I don't understand is, number one, their personalities are so different. Take, for instance, someone like
Mm-hmm.
Doing, from the personality that she portrayed on the show, I don't know who she is on the outside, just speaking based on the fact that she participated on the show and we got to experience her personality, on the show. So the person she portrayed herself to be is the type that will only relate well with friends that listen to her and take her own
Mm-hmm.
advice, and friends who are also big spenders, because she's very, very big on friends that are providers. Hence the reason I feel like she's very chilled with the likes of Modella, the likes of Beauty. From what we've been seeing on social media on the outside, these girls are big spenders, right? And they also would listen to advice if she offers. Now, for Shags, on the other hand, Shags will only relate to friends who have the energy of psychophancy, the energy of hype. You see those people that anywhere you go, you have that one friend that will always hype you. Even when you are acting
Yeah.
stupid, the friend will still hype you. For
Mm.
them, their own definition of loyalty is all of that. Oh, like what Hermes was doing, let me not say was doing on the show.
Mm.
I kill somebody, I'll always have that friend that will hype me. That, oh yes, I'm the ish and the big ish. And so Shag's kind of personality is that. And that is why the likes of Shags can never really relate with Adekunle, because Adekunle cannot give that kind of energy. It's not like he's
True.
a sadist. Yeah, it's not like he's a
Mm.
sadist. It's not like he's petty, or it's not like he's a killjoy. No, but he's not a kiss ass.
Yeah.
And he's also a very, very woke individual. So he cannot shrink to be counseled, by the likes of
Mm-hmm.
Doyin. And so he will always be tagged a liar, because all what
Yeah.
these other people are expecting of him, he's not the type of person to give. And this is not to say that Adekunle is the angel and the others are the devils. No,
True.
it's just that
Yeah.
their personalities are like X and O's, like it's completely different.
Oil and water,
You know,
completely different. They
exactly,
can't they can't mesh well together, and that's fine. And that is something that
exactly,
people should just and actually them not even meshing well doesn't mean they have to be at odds with each other. It just means they just do not get along. They just can't, and that's fine. With
yeah,
his friendship
exactly.
with his friendship with Beauty, I can actually understand why they get along. I can see certain aspects as to why they get along. For the reunion for Beauty, I really think Beauty has done a good job after the show on her branding and how
Mm,
she has put herself out there. She has really done a nice job. And I feel like for her approach towards the reunion should just be one where she goes into the reunion, she owns up to whatever it is that she may have done, and she moves on because she has moved on. But we can
mm,
also acknowledge, when we have done something wrong, because sometimes maybe there can be a lapse of judgment, or there can be something that we exhibited and we just went out of character. And I think
mm,
for her, she has done a good job of redeeming herself. She's not really in much drama. She's just focusing on her business ventures. And I think that's
mm,
something that's positive and really good for her. Then I also want to touch on a small thing. There is someone I saw in the comment section, someone had said that more drama equals more views. I'm going to say this, that's not necessarily true. And I'm saying this as someone who has actually got a glimpse of this industry. More drama, more views is not always something that is very accurate, but people like using that term because when you make a show, there are those viewers that will tune in for a short period of time. That is the season. And then there are those viewers that persistently keep coming back season after season. Now, those viewers that keep coming back season after season, those are actually the customers that most people are targeting, even in any realm of business. Yes, new customers are always important, but the ones who keep on coming back keep they keep you in business and all that. So when people say that drama equals more views, there are so many dynamics that play into that. One, it's the demographic, you know. Two, it's the culture, you know. Then there are also those small intricate things like time slot and all that, and all those play into it. So depending on the people you are dealing with or the people you are marketing to, if the people you're marketing that specific program to, many of them do not like the drama, or people are seeing an issue with the drama, because drama can only keep people going on for so long until people get tired of it. Just like in everyday life, how eventually you get tired of arguing with someone, and then you hear after 10 years someone has that. So that whole narrative, I don't want to really go into a full lecture because it's like it's a long thing. But that narrative that it's always drama that brings in more views, that is a lie. That's a total lie. Because if it was always drama that brought in more views, then there are certain shows that wouldn't be there, you know? So that's just my take on it. I hope with
Okay.
the reunion, there are certain things that are not glossed over. I wish everything is talked about and certain things are not just pushed under the rug. And that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bonnie. This was quite enlightening. Thank you so much for that clarity as well. Thank you
Mm,
for joining, and it's a pleasure having you back. Yeah, I think this is where we're going to end today's live stream. We've actually said a lot.
mm.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Yeah, let me just
All
round off
right.
now.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night. Okay, everyone. Let me just thank every single one of you for spending this time out with us. It's been a very, very interesting conversation, very, very enlightening as well. To every single one of you that's joined on here to speak, thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you. Those of you are amazing people in the comment section contributing. Thank you so much. You are highly appreciated. And to the silent viewers, I miss back in the days where people would just pop in and say, "Oh, I was one of those silent viewers and I tried to speak today." But regardless, thank you all so much. You are highly appreciated. And special thanks to Lutricia, premium member of this channel. Always busy, but she's still without time to give us her full attention today. Thank you so much, Lutricia. You are really appreciated. And yes, everyone, thank you all so much once again. And I want to remind you all that the reunion is going to start on the 19th of this month. What's today's date? Today is 10th of June, meaning in 9 days' time, we're going to start experiencing all over again on our screens the level of housemates. Don't forget, reviews are going to be dropping on here about every single thing that is addressed during the reunion. We're still going to be having conversations on our live streams. All right. Yeah. So that's it for today's episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on another episode. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are still following my reviews on Nigerian Idols, I'm going to be dropping a review of tomorrow night's performance on Monday morning, as I always do. And then we're going to continue with review of Young, Famous, and African. Okay. Young, Famous, and African, I think we've done episode 5. So we have like 4 more episodes to go. So by God's grace, we're going to exhaust the entire season 2 this new week that we're getting into. And then after exhausting all of the remaining 4 episodes, we're going to have a live stream on it, hopefully on Saturday. So this is a special invitation to all of you to go ahead, catch up on the season 2 of the show if you have not yet done that. If you have, just give me enough time for this week to exhaust everything, all right? And we will have like a robust conversation about the season. I have a lot to say. And guys, hey, I have a lot more to say. So we're going to banter about it, okay? So finally, thank you all so much. Make sure you treat yourself right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your weekend as well. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thank you so much, Coach Joe Makotti. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you so much again, Dee. You guys are so sweet. Ah, you are the one making me blush. It's your fault. You're the one making me blush. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your evening and your weekend. And I'll see you guys on another video soon. And of course, on my second channel, it's called Simply Gloria Elijah. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much and bye.